right?
Yeah.
That's the other question.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
It's a party, yeah. Hey.
It is a party. Hey, everybody. Welcome. We got some weird faces here today, folks. We're going to do a little bit of pre-roll before we get started, but just feast your eyes on their strangeness. You're so used to seeing the same, really one face there that's now being split into two faces. But just let us know in the chat if you can hear my voice. And you can hear the voices of our lovely players on the other side of the screen. How you doing, chat? What's going on? Talk to me.
Hello.
Hey, Cody. How you doing, Cody?
Good.
Great. How's your life? Tell us about it. We want to hear. We're curious. You're eager fans.
Life's going good. You know, it's my favorite time of year. You know,
of course.
The holiday.
Yeah.
The holiday season is upon us. We're in the midst of it, and yeah.
Great. That's enough from you. Kate, what's going on with you? Tell us about your life.
A lot of positive experiences going on.
So far,
Moving on.
Great. Great. Okay, did you color your hair again, or did I just forget what color your hair was?
You never look me in the hair. So.
I don't ever look you in the hair. That's true.
Same color. That's
how's chat?
Chat seems good so far. It says, knock on wood, everything sounds good. And then someone asked if they see 3 Codys.
Oh, I see. Haha, a mirror image joke.
Huh?
Hilarious.
Oh yeah, it's like 3 Theodûirs.
Indeed. All right, then let's get started. Let's get a clean read on this. Everybody ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
Previously on Junior Adventurers League, venturing into an underwater complex and interrupting an occult ritual, the Junior Adventurers have made a foul pact with Shog the Lidless, a chthonic entity from beyond the stars, in order to resurrect their comrade, Priska Jrmi Morena. What an exciting conclusion that was to an equally exciting summer of adventure. Now, the Junior Adventurers entered their final year of schooling at the Gygaxian School of Future Adventurers, and what better way to celebrate that than attending a carnival? The adventure begins on the 99th of Summershine, year 559 of Kairosha's fourth age. This is episode 23, Fair Play. And that's fair with an E. That way you guys get my pun. It's like fair play. Welcome everyone to the Junior Adventurers League. This is a D&D 5th edition actual play campaign brought to you by the creators and cast of Experience Points. If you have somehow stumbled into this campaign for the first time, the Junior Adventurers League are students at the Gygaxian School of Future Adventurers.
Excuse me.
Sort of a fantasy boarding school that teaches children everything they need to know about being an adventurer. Each week, they're going to undertake a new and perilous quest, sometimes related, sometimes unrelated to the main plot. They're going to test their skills, their knowledge, and most of all, their teamwork.
So, if you've never seen Experience Points, I wouldn't recommend watching it. I think you'll be bored.
It's a little boring. Yeah.
Don't watch it at all. Don't look at it. Don't Google it. Don't even bring it up to your friends.
Please don't support us.
Please.
Please,
we want no help.
Please exit this and stop watching.
Do not watch it.
There's so many better shows you could be watching right now. Yeah.
Do not watch this 12-part web series.
We'll name
about
10.
D&D. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Do not
Great.
give me a clean take of that. It's fine.
If for some reason you didn't heed that warning and are still here, go ahead and make a donation if you'd like to help out our adventurers today. A $2 donation gets some healing, $4 gets an automatic nat 20, and $6 donations activates a figurine of dubious power, which we all saw how not dubious that power was last week with the summoning of an owlbear to help out our currently absent player, Valqwyn. So speaking of that, we're going to go around and introduce ourselves. We have a couple of new faces here that we're curious to meet. Please, I say this with all sincerity, if our guests are uncomfortable, we can try to rearrange that position. I just don't want you guys to strain yourselves because of our limited technical capacity.
We're not that close in proximity.
Okay, I can't tell. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah,
but before we
on
get
the screen,
started,
it looks like my leg is on top of his leg, but actually they're 6 feet apart from us.
it's forced perspective. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
One of you is actually a hobbit, but you look about the same size. So speaking of hobbits, let's get started by meeting everyone's favorite, currently white-haired halfling bard named Priska Jrmi Morena.
Jrmi.
Go ahead, Kate. Introduce your character, please.
Every time. Every time. Well, there she is.
Great. Who do we have next?
Hello. I play Theodûir. My name's Cody Bushee. And Theodûir is a high elf sorcerer. He's 13 years old. He's got slicked back hair. He's highly fashionable.
And time.
And just a little snot. And that's about it.
A little snotty boy.
Yeah.
Let's introduce our regular player on the far end, last but not least, and then we'll come join the two guests. Go for it, buddy.
My name is Kevin, and I play Moss, the Dwarven Druid. Moss is perpetually in a peasant's little cowl cap thing, no matter what form he's taking on. He smells just awful.
Just the worst.
His top
Truly
fear
the worst.
is soap. And he has a pterodactyl, a baby pterodactyl, who accompanies him on many adventures, which I'm sure he's going to the fair, of course.
He's going to the fair.
Of course, Rocky's coming to the fair with me. And
all kinds of garbage to eat at this fair.
Yeah, and I'm all about eating and drinking garbage. So.
Great. So let's meet our guests. If our guests want to refrain from introducing their characters for the time being, that would please me greatly. But tell them who you are and where you can be found on the inner tubes.
I'm Paul Vonasek. Paul Vonasek. I can be found all over the internet.
Classic improv rule. Introduce your name 3 times.
Yeah.
Just Paul Vonasek, Paul Vonasek, Paul Vonasek.
That's his full name, actually. Is Paul Vonasek 3 times.
It's like Sirhan.
Katurian.
Exactly.
Who's sitting there next to Paul Vonasek?
I am Stephen Molony, and just once. And yep,
Steve Molony just once.
I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I'm on all of it, and it should be just as easy as typing in Stephen Molony, and that'll bring
You'll see his bearded countenance.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed. We're gonna jump right into this adventure. We will meet their characters very soon. Great. So as I mentioned in the intro, it is the last day of summer, and the town of Schoolsburg, yes, that is its actual name, is about to celebrate an annual festival that they throw every year at the end of the summer. Now, Schoolsburg, we've discussed on the stream before, is a small town that has kind of sprung up at the base of the school, where the school is actually a dungeon complex. The Gygaxian School of Future Adventurers is built up in these mountains. And this small little village of craftsmen and bakers and people have all kind of accumulated around the school to service the school's needs. They provide, their clothing and the food the students and the faculty enjoy. But every year they throw a festival. That festival is called the Scholastic Faire, and it celebrates the beginning of the new school year. Our junior adventurers have just finished a whole summer's worth of adventuring, and they have, of course, been invited to this fair to come and participate and enjoy the revels. So we are going to jump right into the middle of the action here. Imagine that the camera in this small little mountain town, which you can see has just been all festooned and decorated for this carnival. There's all kinds of decorations. Everything here is very adventurer themed. So it's lots of paper dragons and little gold chests and like little tiny wooden swords that clang like wood chimes, things like that. The camera's like panning across the fair. You can see big mechanical rides in one section. You can see like an animal paddock with a petting zoo with all different kinds of fantastical creatures. You can see all manner of booths and stalls and food carts. We kind of like pan through all of that, and we arrive on 3 members of the Junior Adventurers League as they're standing here. Those 3 members, of course, being Jrmi, Theodûir, and Moss. There is some sort of a vehicle outside that's making a lot of noise, and I apologize for that, but I can't do anything about it. What are our 3 adventurers doing in this carnival? What's going on with you 3 guys right now?
Ooh.
Describe it for me.
Is there a lot of like candy and shit here?
Oh, there's all kinds of junk food. Yeah,
Cool.
You could definitely have had some junk food before that maybe you're feasting on.
Yeah, definitely cotton candy. I'm eating it.
Great. The big, like, what color is this cotton candy? Like a big thing of candy floss, I'm imagining.
Blue.
Just bright blue. So it's probably all over your lips and mouth. Maybe give like a brief physical description just for our guests. What does this character look like?
Kind of like a blonde Merida, basically. She's very short.
But she's not blonde, right?
She's not. She has white hair. You're right.
Yeah.
So
Just recently became.
from behind would look like maybe like a crazy hag, but is actually an 11-year-old little halfling girl.
Halfling girl. Okay,
Dressed
cool.
in a
Who's
red
standing
color.
next to that halfling girl, and what are they doing?
Theodûir is there, and let's see. He is playing with something he won at the fair? Is there something that I could have won?
Did
maybe?
you win it or did you buy it?
Absolutely. There's all kinds of prizes. What do you think he won? Now, again, but think that these are like crappy Chuck E. Cheese prizes, right? This is a carnival, so they're like trashy plastic. The fantasy version of trashy plastic toys. What do you think that is?
Sure. Let's see. Could it be? I don't know.
Well, you think about it.
Okay.
And you're playing with this crappy toy, right? And Jrmi is devouring some cotton candy. Are you guys here by yourselves? Are you here with your parents? Like, is your father anywhere, Theodûir? Or did he deign?
No, I don't think so. No.
You don't think he came?
No,
Okay.
Hell no.
No, hell no.
So you're here on your own. Yeah. Definitely.
Maybe my sisters are there somewhere. I don't know.
Oh, maybe they are running around. Interesting. We might encounter them as well. But there's one more person who's here with the group. Who's that?
It's me. It's Moss.
What are you doing, Moss?
Moss is probably, he's got like 2 candied apples in one hand and like
In one hand.
3 mugs of undisclosed liquids that he's just like just chowing down. And Rocky is probably absolutely pestering whoever, like whatever stand we're near, it's trying to get at whatever the food is. And I'm just like, yay!
You're like a paroxysm of childish joy at being at this carnival. Great, let's get a little RP to get us started, and then we'll roll into the adventure. Yeah, what are you guys up to?
I figured out what my toy is. Can I say?
What is your toy?
I think it's like some kind of puzzle toy, like
kind of like Rubik's cube,
like a Rubik's cube, but fantasy X. Maybe
what's the fantasy version of it?
Well, maybe it's got like
the Rubik's sphere.
Instead of colors, it's like pictures of dragons or something like that.
It's cool.
Like
maybe it's also shaped like a D20 or something. It's got more sides.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah,
so you're
yeah.
kind of spinning it. It's like extra complicated.
Yeah.
Cool. So you're going to town with that. Give me an intelligence check to see if you can puzzle this thing out.
All right. Oh, I got a natural 1, so I'm having quite a hard time with it. Oh.
It's probably the amount of stuff just coming at you from the side, because like Moss is not. He's not careful. It's just like
you're just spewing food.
Yeah, it's just food
Yeah.
everywhere. There's a candy apple, it just sticks to your robes all of a sudden. It's just
it's like flopping off your elbow. Yeah, the stick out. Great. Where do you guys think Valqwyn is right now? Where's our 4th member?
She's a swordmaster, so she doesn't get to come to these things because she's got to go swordmastering.
She's got responsibilities now that she won the title. Yeah, that's definitely possible. Great. What about you, Jrmi? You're just chowing down on this cotton candy?
Yeah, and I'm also probably like tugging on Theodûir and getting cotton candy all over.
Stop it.
Yeah, his robes are nasty at this point. Yeah.
Already,
I'm
immediately.
at all the things. I'm like, we'll do this one, and then after we gotta do this other thing that I saw. It was so cool.
Okay, fine. I think that Val just didn't want to come. She's too mature for this thing now.
Yeah, she's way cooler and older than you guys at this point.
Oh yeah, well she's too mature for that. And I'll point over. There's probably like a couple of the students who are like flaunting around, holding hands. Like this is definitely
they're like, the older kids, right?
I bet you she wanted to be here and she wanted to be doing that with what the heck's his name?
Does Kevin not remember or does Moss not remember?
Yes. To
both. It's Veldin is her teenage.
Moss
crush.
doesn't remember either, and it doesn't matter to him. What's his name? He's got the Varhelm.
Veldin.
No, that's not right.
That can't be it.
No.
That can't be it. We're gonna cut away from them. You guys are hanging out. And we see 2 other figures that I can't really physically describe because I don't physically know what they look like. But they're getting up to some mischief. Where else in the carnival do we come and find these 2 characters? What are they up to?
I think we're at one of the like game areas, and I think both of us are distracting the person running it and trying to steal something through some sort of amount of hijinks and throwing
cool.
a gigantic stuffed dragon around.
There's tons of those. There's lots and lots and lots of big stuffed monsters.
Yeah.
Who is doing the talking and who is doing the thieving?
I'll talk.
I'll thieve.
Cool. What are you saying to this person? So let's see. Which one of these games is it? There's like a strong arm game, like a high striker. There's like a shooting gallery with crossbows and stuff. There's like just one of those spinny like Wheel of Fortunes or Price is Right style wheels. And then there's a bunch of other there's a dunk tank as well, which doesn't really have any prizes. So which one of those three do you think you guys are at?
Visit that dunk tank in a second. Maybe the high striker.
Okay, cool. So there is a big burly dragonborn figure there, who, if you don't know what a dragonborn is, new players, it's sort of like a bipedal dragon man, but they are wearing little tiny spectacles, and they're very sort of like precise and trying to educate you as you're talking to them. So what are you saying to this person, talker character? And also, what do you look like?
I've got a shock of red hair. I'm a halfling, and I've got sort of a freckly face, and
Cool.
Some like buck teeth in the front.
Big like Mad TV buck teeth.
Not,
That's
I mean,
great.
like, let's not get crazy here, but
Okay, gotcha.
they're definitely more prominent. It's the bigger teeth than the rest.
What are you wearing? What is this outfit? Because you're at the carnival, right? So you're probably not in adventuring gear.
Yeah, nothing too. I think it's just a simple like cloth tunic and.
Okay, yeah, just regular like villager
breeches
clothing.
and such.
Okay. So what are you saying to this giant dragonborn proprietor of this high striker?
I think I'm just I'm gonna try to distract him by trying to engage him in some kind of conversation and explaining how this game works. I'll say something like.
You're trying to tell him how to play high striker,
or ask or understand. Like, I don't know.
Okay. Are you playing dumb? Or are you trying to like you don't
Yeah,
get
I think I'm gonna. I think I'll just be like.
sir.
Excuse me, sir. I don't understand how this game works. I don't know. Do you hit the button?
Schmoven, it's very simple. You take the hammer, it's a very large mallet, and he'll start to explain it to you. Give me a deception check to try to like draw his attention to you. While somebody else gets busy.
Deception here. So
Deception will be lower down there on the skills, I believe. If it's the sheet that I printed for you.
I think would I add
+7.
Oh,
So I'll figure it out right there for you.
19.
there you go, Robert.
19. Great. Okay, I'll roll insight for this guy. No, he is completely absorbed in describing this to you. How do you because I feel like he would just explain it and then that would be over. Like, are you just refusing to understand?
Yeah,
Is it like,
exactly.
but he takes the hammer and it goes up the cycle and then comes back down again. You're trying to get all the way up to the top and
I'm
make
sorry, I just
the
don't
big
see-
bell.
I just don't seem to understand. Do you swing it with the large part of the hammer and try to hit it with the skinnier part, or is it?
He
the
kind
other
of
way?
looks around like, do you not understand what hammers are? And we're like, but a mallet, and he'll go over, but he's like determined to explain it to you. So while this is happening, he's very absorbed. What is going on the other side of the booth?
On the other side of the booth, there is someone who looks very similar to the first character, swindling at the front.
We're twins.
We were twinks.
Winks is the word you use.
It just kind of fell out. We'll
think that means
fix
what you
that.
think
We'll
it
fix
means.
that on the West Coast feed.
We'll cut that in post.
Doesn't mean what you're saying.
No,
Right
It does. It means something else entirely.
Yeah,
But what is
not
the
sure
other
how it
twink doing at this point?
I'm on the other side, and much like my twin-looking friend here, I have a shock of red hair, but it's so greasy and matted down that it might as well be just dark brown. So it's just
brown.
it's like matted down. You can't see, almost like it was on purpose, or just I'm incredibly dirty. And I've got a little bit of a mullet that just kind of curls
Yes.
around the back.
Yeah.
Is it like an intentional mullet or just like an accidental, like your hair grew longer in the back?
It just happens to be longer back there. Clearly,
Gross.
with this character, there's a lot of I don't care about my appearance. I would have the same freckles, but there is dirt covering it on my cheeks. So,
Gotcha. You're too slimy for that.
yeah, I'm just a ferret that is standing on two legs.
Standing on two legs.
And
Great.
yeah. So I'm
So
reaching.
Yes.
I'm reaching through one of the curtains, and I'm reaching for this big orange-looking dragon doll that I want to grab.
Yeah, big goofy looking dragon. Go ahead and give me sleight of hand. Okay. I will roll an opposed perception, but the Dragonborn has disadvantage.
I get a 19.
Oh yeah. He rolled a nat 20 and a 2, so he has to take the 2.
Oh,
so yes, you
goodness.
slide that hand back, and it's like, it's so perfect. Like the way you're standing, it doesn't even really look like your hand isn't visible, but then the next moment you just have a dragon. Like somehow, when you step away from the curtain, you're just holding it as though you had it the whole time. Great. So the other twin, the more presentable twin, can tell that his brother, you can see out of the corner of your eye that your brother has the dragon in his hand. How do you like disentangle yourself, or you just walk away?
On second thought, this is far too confusing. Thank you for your time and explaining to me the history of hammers. Very well.
Very well. Okay, thank you. Are you guys young? Like, what's your age approximately?
I don't know. We're like,
I'd say we're tweeners.
I think we're tweeners for sure.
We're about 13, I'd say.
Okay. 13. Okay, great. Yeah. That's perfect. You're right in the party station. Very, very young ones. Okay, thank you. Please come back. And you guys just depart. Great. Can we have one little role play scene with you two as you're walking away? And the only thing I need as the dungeon master is I need both names to drop in the conversation.
Mm-hmm. Got you.
My character's just holding and admiring after a safe distance the prize that I just took.
Mm.
Well, I suppose now we have to figure out what to do with it.
We have it. That's enough.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
I will bring it home now.
Do you plan to sleep on it?
As a pillow? Sure. Yondo! Look, it's the most beautiful Yondo. It's
so hold on. Is the answer here that neither of you actually have names and you just gave him Yondo?
No, my name is actually Yondo.
No, I knew.
Oh,
I knew.
Yondo? Okay, got it.
I just love the delivery of how it came out. That's what I was taking joy in.
Yondo? Yeah, it was very, very soap opera.
I just loved it.
Yondo?
Dando, and I was like, no.
Are you telling me this is not?
It's great, Yondo.
Here?
It is an extravagant piece of dragon doll, yes. But Kissic, I have my eyes set on something else.
And then from there, we definitely cut. Yes. You point, but we don't see what you're pointing at, and we cut away. Great.
I don't know what it is yet.
The other three, yeah, we'll find out. That's the fun of Dungeons and Dragons. So the other three adventurers are all standing around. I want you guys to give me perception checks as you're debating the merits of Theodûir's 20-sided Rubik's Cube.
I had a 19.
Nice.
Twinks. You got tweeners.
5. Great.
3.
Jrmi? 3. Okay, so the only one who hears this is Moss somehow over, you stuffing your face. There's a large crowd of people. The town is super packed during the Scholastic Fair. And you can see that kind of coming through the parting people, there is sort of a tall, like an abnormally tall halfling man. And he's got sort of like wiry blonde hair sticking out, maybe middle-aged. And he is just like thronged with children. He's got like 2 kids under his arm, and then he's got like a kid on his shoulders, and there's like a kid clinging to each leg. And he's just kind of like struggling along. He looks over and he sees Jrmi. Jrmi does not notice this guy, and he goes and starts to like head over in your direction. But it takes him so long to make any progress because he's just saddled like a mother opossum or something, like with all these like young like clinging to him as he's walking along. So you see this Moss with. What's up?
Does the song "Every Sperm Is Sacred" play while he's like?
Yes, absolutely. Like it doesn't actually play, but like the underscore kind of hits that theme, like da 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 da, da like quietly underneath as he's like walking over you. Yeah. So you see this Moss. What do you do with it?
Moss is definitely gonna be like, "Hey, Jrmi, I think your dad's coming with. What is that like? How many siblings do you have?
I don't know.
Okay, well they're coming on their way."
Okay.
Yeah, you turn around and you just see, yes, your father, Torat, is moving closer.
I was right. Torat.
Jrmi, hello, Jrmi, hello,
Hi,
Jrmi, Jrmi, hello,
Hi. What?
Hi.
What?
Could you possibly do me just the smallest favor?
Maybe.
I mean, obviously, I don't want to interrupt you. With you and your one of the kids just spontaneously just starts to cry, like no impetus, just smile in his face. Don't want to bother you, with your friends. But I've sort of lost track of your mother, who she told me very, very strictly to watch out. Yondo and Kissic are missing. And
I hate Yondo and Kissic go missing game.
I know you do. But you know who hates it even more than you? Your mother. So if you could find them and make sure she doesn't know that I don't know where they are, that would be. Shh, you're fine. That would be great.
Is she here too, or is she at home?
Well, are you asking him? Or are you asking?
I'm asking him.
Oh well, yeah, you would know that
Okay.
your family always runs the pie eating contest because they make all the pies.
Got it.
But she's like the one in charge of that. She doesn't like to be bothered to have family issues. That's why he kind of gets double babysitting duty because he has to keep everybody.
Yeah.
So if you could just find them, make sure they don't cause any trouble, I would really.
All right.
You're almost a full-grown adventurer now, right?
Okay, here's my cotton candy. I'm not gonna eat anymore.
Dendon, can you take that? And then one of the other kids, like at his leg, will like take the cotton candy and start to eat it. Great. Well, you children have fun. Happy Scholastic Fair, and starts to like, Jaeger his way away out of frame. Awesome. What do you guys want to do?
Who the heck are they that we're gonna go? What?
My stupid brothers, Yondo and Kissing, are always getting lost and or stealing stuff or getting in trouble, and they're always all over the place, and I hate finding them.
Hey, it's so. Oh.
Hey, it's
Don't know.
Well, what do they
Could
look
be
like?
funny, maybe.
They got red hair, I think. One of them does.
They're legally distinct from the Weasley twins.
Well, do you think they're by the food? Because we should go back over
Not
there.
everyone wants to be by the food, Moss.
I want to be by the food, so maybe they want to be by the food.
They're probably by something dangerous looking. I don't know.
Food can be dangerous.
Something.
I vote food.
It can be.
We'll go look there.
Very.
What would your
There's one vote for the food court.
What would your brothers be interested in? Is there something here?
They just like causing trouble. So whatever is there fireworks? Because that might be where they're at.
You know that there is a traditional fireworks display at the end of the carnival, but it's like midday at this point, so that would be nighttime.
Okay.
As to like where the fireworks are or being kept, you wouldn't know.
Yeah. Can I do a check to see if I maybe?
Yeah.
If there's anything
Give
new?
me an intelligence, I guess. Maybe wisdom. I could see a wisdom check for that.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think it really matters.
Okay.
I got
You're pretty
4.
dumb, so.
Yeah.
You got a 1, you said?
4.
A 4, yeah. Oh, the grown-ups do it, you think. You just gotta find the grown-up who does it.
For the fireworks?
Yeah. Yeah, for the fireworks.
Okay. Well, let me think. Where would fireworks be?
Fireworks-
Can I try to do a check for this? Is that okay?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Wisdom or intelligence.
Being, oh my goodness,
Being-
another natural 1.
I want to do a
Wow.
I would like to do a
Wow.
persuasion to persuade them that the fireworks are near the food court.
Okay, yeah, that's up to them if they believe you, but
Oh, well, the fireworks are probably near the food court.
it's really transparent what your motive is, or there's no subtlety there at all.
No, where would they be? They always hide them from me. Those fireworks, I always love shooting them off.
But they're probably near the one place that you don't want to go, which
Where's
is the
one
food
place
court.
I don't
And like you don't say it, you just like turn and you can see the food court over there. Right? The sign, the food court.
Everyone knows.
Yeah, what do you guys want to do?
I want to eat
I
more
say we
food.
try to find them.
Let's
I've already
go.
solved this puzzle. It was easy, and then I throw it over my shoulder.
Before anyone can confirm that it's not solved, it's in the garbage, right? Like, it was so easy. Gone.
No proof required.
Okay, follow me. And
So you can
Moss
do
is
perception
gonna-
checks if you
I
want
would
to
love
search
do
around
that.
for them.
Moss, I'm
Yeah,
not going
go
to
for
the
it.
food court.
Moss is gonna trundle off towards the food court with a 16.
On perception? Okay.
I got a 9 on perception.
Foodsburg.
Yeah, there's different districts. Foodsburg, Closburg. Great. So, My question for the twins, for Kissic and is it Yondo with a Y?
Yondo, yeah.
Yondo. Okay,
Yondo
got it.
Calrissian.
I wasn't sure I was hearing it right. Yondo and Kissic. Where are you guys headed? You were at the games.
I like the idea that I spotted a wagon that was going by that has the fireworks like packed away in it, you know, Gandalf style.
So yeah, we cut back to this wagon that goes by, and then as it passes, we see the two twins standing there. So this wagon is big and wooden, and it's rolling along, and it's actually pulled by this massive, like 9 foot tall mechanical creature. It's basically like a big golem or a construct, and it's like stomping its way along. There's something about it that looks kind of like long suffering, like why I'm this like marvel of magic and machinery, and yet I'm a donkey, right? Like it doesn't look very happy with its position, but it's still kind of trundling past. Yeah. So I'll say, who got the best perceptions there? You did? So Moss, the dust clears and you see the cart goes by. And it says fireworks in like big letters on the side of it. And as the dust settles, on the opposite side of the cart, you can see 2 halflings, one with red hair, one with red adjacent hair.
This was by the food court, wasn't it?
It's near-ish to the food court. It's not like in the food court, but it's in that direction. Totally.
Past food.
Great. What do you guys do?
Moss is going to point it out. It's like, oh, look at that. We're going towards the food court, and there's the fireworks. And a couple... Well, what are those who we're looking for?
I don't know.
Yeah, you both spin, and there they are.
Yes. Stomping over them.
I'm definitely, like, pointing at you two, too, as well. Just like, what are thems?
Right, Jrmi approaches. So you guys see your younger sister, Jrmi, her hair all white since she came back from the dead, come stomping angrily over towards you guys.
Fiddlebits, we've been made.
Yondo, Kissic, come here. Bring out.
You guys, oh no! Look at each other at the same moment. I'm sorry, can we get a rewind? What was that very friendly curse that you just used?
Fiddlebits.
Fiddlebits. Fiddlebits. Exclamation point. Right. Fiddlebits. Okay. Yeah.
What?
Why are you not with Dad right now? He's gonna be in so much trouble.
Because we didn't want to be wandering around with the screaming kids. We wanted to have a look at the fair on our own. And look what Kissic won.
I found a dragon.
He won it. Fair and square.
Go ahead, Yondo, and give me a deception check.
Okay.
The rest of the party can roll opposed insight if they'd like.
14 is my deception.
Okay. It's not bad. The party's not very wise. You'll probably be okay.
What the fuck are you talking
Oh,
about?
you're good. No, you're right. We have 1. It's perception that we don't have.
Well, it
how'd you
doesn't
do?
really matter. I didn't make it anyway.
Yeah, you didn't. So your party's not very wise, so who cares?
I got a 13.
Nobody's
I got
13?
19.
Okay, you know. Yeah,
that
for
makes
sure
sense.
you know. Yeah.
I've got no reason to approve or deny the fact that he won that fair and square.
What game did you win that from?
Well,
Don't you tell me, Yondo. Kissic,
Uh,
what game did you win it from?
hammer.
Hammer game?
Hammer.
How do you play it? You didn't win it. You just stole it like you always do. Guys.
he won it. He won it fair and square.
Yeah, no, I don't ever believe anything you say.
Well, it's not very nice, is it?
Well,
Kissic, if you would like to make a deception to try to convince Jrmi, you can as well. But you're trying to beat that 19. So go ahead, you can roll if you'd like. But if you don't care, you don't have to.
Honestly, it doesn't matter so much to Kissic whether or not my sister
Cool.
believes. I have the dragon.
Perfect.
I won. She's not.
Yeah,
gonna
it's
take
yours.
It away.
Right. Great.
okay, well,
If you just bugger off, we're going to follow this firework cart, and we're going to have ourselves a show a little early.
no, I can't do that. Why would I leave after you tell me all of that stuff? And also, Dad asked me to, and also, Mom's gonna be really mad at you.
Just tell Dad
No,
that
you tell
we're
Dad.
fine. I'll tell him later. Later.
Hey, what'd you do to your hair? Why is it all... How'd you get it to mat down like that?
Don't ask him that question. It's not a good thing to ask him that question.
He just starts to rumble like a phone.
No, I'm curious. I'm curious because my hair doesn't sit down like that.
So I start to get really angry. I didn't have this pre-planned, but it struck a chord.
But Moss is just oblivious. Doesn't understand. Like, no, but why though?
What?
Right? You're just shaking.
Don't ask him about his hair. He
Well,
goes
I'm not-
absolutely mental when you ask him about
What
his
about
hair.
his face? Why is his face all dirty? I thought I was the only one that didn't.
Stop. Okay,
Is he
we need
afraid?
to stop asking about his appearance.
Why-
Oi, quick! Look, what's that over there?
People are stopping and looking. Right? Yeah.
My
What is
deception
this
is not
position?
good. I rolled.
Okay.
Yeah. 11.
Are you trying to distract the party, or are you trying to distract the people, the
I'm
crowd?
trying to make the party look elsewhere to get attention off of Kissic and myself.
But it doesn't seem like you, managed to pull anyone's attention because Kissic is having a meltdown.
He's freaking out way too hard.
Can I try a persuasion check on Kissic?
That's up to Kissic, but yeah, go for it.
I'm gonna try something.
Okay.
Nope, not one.
Well, you're a halfling. You can re-roll that once. Don't forget.
Not much better. So I rolled a 16. It's up to you. But I'm gonna try and like.
Yeah. You calm me down.
Hey,
So I'm losing my marbles because he struck a personal chord, and that one hit me deep, and I'm about to take off like a giant firework, but you calm me down, and I blend
I
back
love
into the emotional shadows.
How innocent a question it was. Like, hey, how do you get your hair to do that? And there was nothing. It wasn't like, why are you so dirty or you're gross. It was just a very
But
like.
perhaps that's what Kissic heard.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. That's what I like about it. Is I like that it's so innocent. It fly off the handle. Theodûir, how do you react to all this? What are you doing while this is going down?
He's just
You're standing there.
smiling. He's smiling, sitting back there, enjoying the show.
Yeah. Right. Finally, for once.
He definitely liked that he learned some information about what is your name? Kissic?
Yes.
How to strike a chord with
Oh,
Kissic.
boy.
So that's interesting.
Yeah, you saw weakness for sure.
Yeah.
Surface level. Oh my god, I love it. Okay, what's the plan?
Okay, how about this? You don't have to go back to Dad, and you can just hang out with us, and we'll do some cool stuff, and we'll all go see fireworks later together. No one will get in trouble. My mom will get mad at anybody.
We'll
You guys-
hang out with you, absolutely.
You guys want to go to the food court? It's right there.
Or
I personally am not
The
very
food
hungry.
court, right?
the fireworks are right here.
Exactly.
Wow, yeah.
Exactly.
That's cool. We could go to the food court and watch fireworks at the same time.
Yes, we could.
Oh my god, I want to give up on everything and go home. I hate this.
I've never been this close to fireworks before.
Oh, we're about to get closer, my friend.
Look at how many there are.
Great, yeah. What do you guys want to do?
I want to try sleep on the
Jrmi, are you gonna go along with this? Or are you gonna protest or go find an adult?
I'm gonna sit down and
So the dirty fairground, yeah.
I want to do a
Just cry.
performance check to throw a tantrum.
Yeah. Great. Sounds wonderful.
Okay.
2 tantrums in as many minutes. Yeah. Go ahead and roll that performance, please.
16.
But yours is a fake tantrum. This is like not a real tantrum,
it's a
whereas
tantrum to get
Kissic's
us
was a
all-
genuine panic attack.
Yeah, but tantrums run in our family apparently. So it's 17. I want
Yeah,
us
great.
to be in trouble with adults.
What does this look like? What is your big fabricated panic attack?
I'll like sit down and then like nicely and I'll like look at everybody like,
We're like going through the fireworks.
oh, we got a donation. Good
$4 from Shadow Nerd.
Hey, let us
So
know
I
what that's
will
for, buddy.
literally just scream and like thrash around and kick the ground.
Okay. You see, you're screaming. Theodûir, you said you were gonna go get the fireworks.
Yeah, I imagine I'm like looking through the fireworks.
So the cart is already rolled on, and it's closed up and locked tight.
Oh, it is.
Okay.
It
It is. So if you guys want to go mess with it, you
A
can.
rogue or two in your party.
Doink.
For me? Oh.
Oh, great. But yeah, so now
Thank
you're
you.
screaming, and people are kind of stopping and turning over to look at you. Let's see who's around. If you guys are in the gaming area,
I'm gonna be screaming
Let me see
help.
who's.
Don't
You're
worry.
screaming help.
Don't worry, she's just hungry. She's just hungry.
Give me a deception, Moss. We know this is where you're the king.
I get a -2 to this, putting me at a lovely 5.
A 5. Yeah, no one can hear you, right? The crowd is kind of like circling around, starting to cause a scene. You guys have a minute, but there's clearly like a professor heading over to you. Do you guys want to try to stay there or dart, or what are you going to do?
I'm going to be like, oh, that's very smart. Thank you for causing a diversion. And I'm going to whisk away into the crowd, waving at Kissic to follow me.
Anyone who goes with him and wants to hide will need a stealth check. So stealth checks are all around for anyone going with him.
I'm going towards the food court, but I'll follow him out.
They're in the same direction, yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I got a 17.
16.
Great.
23.
How did the twins do? 20?
14.
He would, I think. He's
Okay.
excited. He's excited about this.
I didn't hear from Kissic. How did you do, bud?
23.
Oh.
Oh, okay. He's the 23. You're the 14. Got it. So you guys you're gone. There's so many people, it's easy for you to just vanish. So you head off into the crowd, and you're going after the fireworks cart. Moss, are you going to the food court
Moss took
instead?
a detour.
You're going to the food court. Great. Moss is off. The 3 of you are after the fireworks.
Probably Rocky.
So Jrmi,
Rocky is swiftly like, I'm like, Rocky!
Yeah,
that one.
he was doing something else. He comes back with like a donut hole in his beak. Yeah, you don't know what he was up to. But then you're sitting there crying, Jrmi, and you see the crowd parts, and a professor comes out to see you. And that's not one we've seen on the stream before, but one that we've, sorry guys, one we've talked about. She's very tall and lithe, has kind of like lightly blue skin and like sort of sun-bleached blonde hair that's just falling out in this like perpetually waving fan. This is the professor that came over to talk to Jrmi, who's crying. You would recognize immediately, Jrmi, this is Professor Malachiah Tempest, who is the monk professor, who briefly took a leave of absence when she just opened a window in her classroom and flew away. And she kind of just like looks down at you. Jrmi, what's the matter?
Well, realizing that I fucked up, I'm gonna try and recap a bit by saying there was a bee.
Give me a deception, please.
Okay. 17.
Oh, okay. Oh, really? She like, looks around. Where was it?
I thought it went in my hair, but if you don't see it, it's probably not there.
Well, if you see it, let me know. I haven't seen a bee in these parts for months. You know, they're really in danger right now. And she starts to go into this like long thing about bees and how, you know, environmentally we're concerned about them. How long do you sit and listen, Jrmi?
12 hours.
Oh yeah, maybe about like 10 seconds before
Okay.
I gotta pee.
And you just walk off. You're done. Farewell, Jrmi. Let me know if you find that bee. And you're just gone. Great. So, Moss, you're headed off to the food
Fading
court.
into fog.
Yeah, just she flies away. Great. So, yeah, there's a whole large area. One end of the street is just kind of devoted to it. It's got lots of big, long tables that are kind of ringed by these various booths. There's also a big stage. It looks like they are going to be preparing some kind of a thing up there. You see that someone, a sort of angry-looking halfling woman, is stringing up a big banner that says Pi EA, and she's like trying to pull it all the way across to reach the other side.
Guess who
But
just
there's lots of
signed
other
up?
stalls and things. Yeah, what do you want to do?
Moss probably was there to get like buy food, but he's probably just like, do they give it for free? I'm gonna go inquire within about the pie eating contest.
Okay, yeah, you see that there's like a bored-looking halfling kid who's playing with one of those like paddles with the little ball on the end, right? Going back and forth, and he's just like hates it, sitting like at the little like enter the pie eating contest booth, and it's just.
Moss will definitely like go up and like, you're probably. He's thinking he's probably like Jrmi's brother of some caliber,
right.
So he's just like goes up and leans on the table, trying to be schmoozy. He's just like, I'm here to sign up for the pie eating contest. Maybe you've heard of me.
And he like inclines his chin towards the sign-up sheet. Name?
Oh, my name. My name is Moss.
Put your name down.
Oh, okay. Moss looks at the pen and then just like uses his finger to write like his just Moss. Just
Yeah, with your dirty finger. Yeah.
finger.
It takes up like 2 or 3 different spots.
Yeah.
Right? It's way too big. Moss.
Yeah, Moss.
Great. It's in an hour. So
Okay. Do I have? How much pie do I get to eat?
it's a contest, so much as you can.
That's good news. Come on, Rocky, let's go.
Yeah. Ah! Your pterodactyl will flap after you. Great. So you're signed up for the pie eating contest. Where do you want to head next? And then we'll cut away.
After that, I think I'll be like, well, I don't have to buy anything now, so I gotta go find the fireworks, I guess. So,
Okay, cool. So then you'll head back that direction. Great. So the 3 miscreants are following this this cart. You definitely escaped the big scene that Jrmi made, but do you want to try to hide from the cart? Do you want to be obvious about it? What is your plan? Describe the scene to me.
I think same tactics as before. I'm gonna try to maybe distract the this like iron forged thing and
This automaton thing, yeah, totally.
and have Kissic try to steal away some fireworks. Maybe
Okay, great.
get the lock.
What are you doing, Theodûir? How are you helping them?
I guess. You're creating a distraction. What are you doing, Steve? What did you just say again?
Well, I'm gonna. What I'm gonna try to do is maybe make a diversion that forces this thing to stop in the middle of the road and maybe deal with. I'll make some kind of a ruckus, like tripping over things and making a mess, and force him to deal with it.
Got it.
Okay. I'll
It really looks like you're rocking out to some gentle music over there. That's what it looks like.
I'm just gonna be following behind and just kind of just talking and being like, it's really cool that we're doing this. I've never.
You're like the dork that's not normally the troublemaker that's coming along.
Breaking the rules.
Can you give me an Arcana check, please, Theodûir? You might know something about this creature.
Okay, cool. Oh, I didn't know that there was a creature. I missed that.
Yeah.
Well, the big
Automaton.
mechanical thing.
Oh, right.
How'd you do?
Pretty good.
But-
18.
18. So yeah, you actually recognize it. You've seen Warforged before, but you don't think that this is one of those. It's like too tall. The proportions are wrong. You think that this is what's called a shield guardian, and they're basically like big mechanical, mostly magical creatures that are made by wizards to be like bodyguards. You know this one is called Clanker, and he is the sort of pet shield guardian of Professor Glitch, who's like the goblin artificer professor. He's the one that makes all the contraptions.
I know that is.
So this is like, this is that one. You recognize him, and you recognize his markings and stuff. This is whoever you kind of make the connection that if the shield guardian is pulling this big wagon full of fireworks, they're probably in the possession of or going to be used by the artificer professor, the like goblin inventor.
Right.
So you make that connection. But how are you going to try to? Go ahead.
His inventions are a little wonky most of the times, aren't they?
Yeah, they're a little volatile sometimes.
Yeah.
They have a tendency to spontaneously explode.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll probably, as I'm talking, just be like, oh, I can't wait. We're gonna see all the fireworks. And wait a minute, I recognize that. And then I'll just explain basically everything that you just said.
Yeah.
So, it's a sort of wonky technology, yes?
Possibly, yes. I think we could maybe make it malfunction quite easily. I think, really.
Are you telling me that if that thing explodes, it could set a chain reaction off that would make the entire firework cart explode at the same time?
Oh, right. That would happen. But that would be maybe.
What are you doing, Kissic? While they're strategizing. You're just standing there.
I'm like 8 feet behind and just kind of wandering in and out of people's walking paths.
Okay. Are you like dragging your dragon behind
Yeah.
you? Do you still have it?
Yeah, I love
okay.
this dragon.
Perfect. Great. So do you want to try to cause a distraction? Yondo?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Great. What is this distraction?
I'm going to walk into a peddler. I want to bump into somebody and
Great.
cause a gigantic, clumsy kerfuffle in the middle of the street.
That probably is a performance more than a deception.
Yeah.
That's not really a lie. It's like trying to make, oh, what have I done? Yeah.
Arc. So it's a 10, so not the best.
Okay. Yeah, it's okay. You cause like a big kerfuffle around this thing, and you bump into this peddler, and my melons or whatever. Like this stuff goes everywhere. Exactly. But the automaton doesn't care. It just keeps moving, and like steps on one of the melons and just keeps going. And the merchant is very upset and kerfuffled, but doesn't seem to have the desired effect.
Okay.
Can I do
yes.
perception on the machinery?
Yeah, the shield guardian.
Shield guardian, thank you.
Go for it. Yep.
I want to look for. I got an 8. I kind of want to see where, if I see any loose wiring or something like that. I don't know.
Okay.
Like any kind
he's
of
mostly magical, so you don't see any like he is made of metal and wood, but he doesn't seem mechanical. He's more like a golem than he is like a robot. That makes sense. But you can maybe make an Arcana check to try to figure out like a way to dispel him or deactivate him or something. You don't know if he would explode per se, but there might be a way to shut him down.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Cool. You guys think we're gonna jump back to Jrmi? Actually, we could take our break if you wanted. It's been about an hour. Do you want to take our first break? Great. Guys, we'll be back in about 5 minutes with more carnival shenanigans. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back.
Hold on.
Wait, we're still here.
Wait, we're still here,
God,
guys.
Now the panic
Oh god.
that we have to deal
no,
with.
we can't get off.
back.
Okay. Yeah. We'll be back.
Hello.
Hey, folks.
Hello.
We're back. Oh,
Hello.
when we last left our junior adventurers and their troublemaking companions, they were causing trouble at the Scholastic Faire, which is a big carnival held in the very realistically named Schoolsburg, a small town outside of the Gygaxian School of Future Adventurers. Jrmi, you just tried to bring in an adult to stop this, and it did not work great. Now you have lost your older brothers and your other schoolmates. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna try and find my brothers.
Okay, give me a perception.
Okay. Also, would I know if Odo is here?
Yeah, Odo is not present.
Torah.
He and the many hearts are out,
All right.
out adventuring.
7.
7. No, you know the general direction that they went in, but there's too many people, and by now the fireworks cart has moved on, so you're not 100% sure of where they would be. So you kind of wander for a few minutes, but don't have a good sense of where they went.
All right.
What's the plan?
I guess I'll go to the food court and see if I can find Moss.
Okay, yeah, because you know, you're certain where he's going. There was no secret about his eventual destination. Great. So, Moss, are you trying to be sneaky as you leave the food court?
No. Why would I?
Okay, so I would say then,
Are you leaving the food court?
as Jrmi is heading into the food court, you two bump into each other.
Oh, hey, Jrmi, you done with your tantrum?
Yeah, it didn't work. I was screwed up.
Yeah, I didn't think it would, but I signed up for a pie eating contest.
You'll probably win. Those pies are really good.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat so many pies.
They might not have enough, man, I'm gonna be honest.
I'm gonna eat all of the pies.
Okay.
And you look kind of worried, like you're saying that, I'm gonna eat them all. Like, there's a moment of darkness in Moss's face as he realizes maybe he has a
I'm
problem.
gonna eat all the pies.
I really need to talk to
great.
somebody about this.
what are you guys gonna do?
I think the fireworks went this way. I don't know. I'm assuming they're there.
I gotta stop them, because otherwise they're just gonna ruin everything. People might get hurt, because they're just gonna try and set fireworks off in the middle of a crowd, and it's bad.
Well, I guess if you put it that way, it sounds
They
bad.
always ruin all the fun stuff, and then everyone gets mad, and then that's why I have to go away to school.
Well, your brother won that dragon.
He didn't. He didn't, and I know he didn't, and no one ever believes me. I like Ferris Bueller, and I don't even know who that is, but I know they're like it.
But I know for sure. Great. So, Moss, I will say you can roll a perception check to try to search for them. Go for it.
I think I'm probably like looking. It's just like, well, we'll go find them. Oh my gosh, they got funnel cake.
Yeah, and you go instantly. There's a funnel cake stand right over
some
there.
guy hawking funnel
They're
cake.
actually called beholder cakes,
Beholder
and they're
cakes.
shaped like little beholders.
Oh, wait,
with,
whoa. A perception, you said?
Oh, yes. So this is going to look weird
Wow.
to the guests. But yeah, a small eye stalk grows out of the side of Moss's head.
Nat
He has
20!
advantage. Oh, okay, great. So you see beholder cakes, right? And then like through that, the camera pans, and you see the fireworks cart rolling along, and like the melon salesman going like silently as he spills his melons everywhere. They're like, too far away to hear sound, but you see the guy.
Oh my gosh, look,
Great, so yes.
look, beholder cakes! And the fireworks!
Yeah, right. But now, if this is a Telltale game, they would split in half. You'd have to choose, like, do you get the funnel cakes or do
Funnel
you go
cakes.
to the fireworks? And you have to make a
choose funnel
decision.
cakes.
Cool. You don't care. You go right for the funnel cakes.
Or beholder cakes, I'm sorry.
Beholder cakes. Jrmi, what are you going to do?
I'm not gonna go for the beholder cakes. I'm gonna start.
You're going to the fireworks?
Yeah, going there.
Okay, so once again, the party splits as you head over. Real quick, Moss, so these beholder cakes, you're not sure how much they cost, and you realize that everything at this fair can be bought with your, like, funny money, your crappy, like, school bucks that you have.
Oh.
Oh shit.
So you have more than enough to buy as many funnel cakes as you want.
I think I'm gonna get, like, really excited and almost buy the funnel cakes and then, like, look over my shoulder at the pie eating contest and be like, I'll be back for you.
Right. So great. What do you want to do then? Do you want to go join Jrmi? Or do you
Yeah,
want to
like,
wait
before I
around?
buy anything, I'll be, like, ready with my funny money and be like, wait. I'll be back. And then
that long gaze of the pies. Uh-huh.
Or Gygax gold.
yeah.
Yeah, there you go. That's what it is. It's a little
Yeah,
fake,
so-
like they're made out of like brass, right? Like they're not really gold. They just look kind of shiny. Great. So then Jrmi and then Moss kind of trailing behind heads off towards the fireworks. Meanwhile, at the fireworks, your first attempt to dislodge this mechanical man did not work. What's the second attempt?
You're a magic boy, aren't you?
How did you know?
Well, you just
Says Kissic
How did you
quietly.
know I was a magic boy?
you just sort of act like a magic boy. So
Let me see what I can do. Why, yes, I am.
It
Haven't
seems-
you heard of me? I am.
it seems like a magic thing, and you're a magic boy. So
I got a 13.
If you'd like to, which you probably don't, knowing you guys, but you guys could both roll history checks with advantage to see if you have actually heard of him before.
to see if I've heard of
I don't-
him specifically.
Of him, yeah, he's from a famous family. and he
Okay,
always
sure.
asks
Yeah,
everybody, so it's kind of a long-running joke with guests.
You can take the better result.
Oh well, I crit. I didn't want to give him that satisfaction.
Yeah, so
I wanted
maybe
to take the
you don't
score,
tell him, but you do know. Yeah, his family are famous sorcerers. The House Thomel.
but- Okay.
Yeah, and you like Jrmi's family or Jrmi's party is relatively famous. They've done a lot of stuff, so you definitely know about them.
Okay.
But maybe you're not letting that on.
All right.
Right? That's up to you.
Should I have?
Of course you should have heard of me. Are you lying to me right now? Can I roll an insight or something like that?
I guess, yeah. If you want to try to hide it, that'd be perception versus deception versus
Medium
insight.
age doesn't apply to
Theodûir is
19
like, oh,
deception.
how dare you? Do you know who I am? Is like in Digimon when you see one of the Digimon evolve, it's like the same animation that they use in every episode because he does it in every episode, right? So every single time it's, oh, how dare you? Just against a different background, right? Yeah. Yeah.
I rolled an insight, so mod 1, if you can believe
Yeah.
it.
He does not know who you are, seemingly.
Yeah. I don't fucking believe it.
Volcanic steam comes out of his mouth. Great. So, but you are a magic boy. That's been established.
To answer your question, I am quite the magical little boy. And here we go.
Prove it. I guess you're just gonna have to prove it then, eh?
What the magical little boy.
Oh my god, that killed me.
That's the first line of the first Harry Potter movie.
Oh, don't you get it?
Draco.
Harry, you're a magical little boy.
But just Harry Potter and the magical little boy.
Welcome to Hogwarts, you magical
Little boy. But yes, you are. You are a magical little boy. What would you like to do with your magic, little
I
boy?
rolled a 13 on my Arcana check to try to figure out how to dispel this this shield
Okay.
guardian.
So if he's a shield guardian, that means he's basically a type of golem. And all golems are animated by having a magical rune etched on them somewhere. Generally, you want to have that put somewhere easily accessible in case he like goes rogue or does something crazy. So most golems have them on the forehead. So you think that if you can somehow dispel or like mar the rune on his forehead, he'll go inanimate. But you don't think Clanker is gonna explode. He doesn't really have any like like big kegs of oil inside of him or anything. Like he wouldn't blow up in the proper sense.
Right.
But you could shut him off by in some way smearing or like graffitiing over the symbol on his head.
All right. So I'll share that information basically. Well, I know that it's a golem, so we just have to take out the rune and he'll fall apart basically. It'll probably be on his forehead. I can't climb up there.
I think
Plus,
I
you'll
know
see me
someone
coming.
who can.
What?
Kissic,
What do you want?
can you try to sneakily clamber up Clanker?
All right, before he finishes the question, I go. I run.
Cool.
I run up to it.
So you're going to try to like quietly do it, or like just obviously do it.
I think my default is quietly.
Okay, cool. Then give me a stealth first, and then an athletics or acrobatics, depending on how you do it.
Well,
Very
I
flippy,
rolled
very
a mod 20, so with the stealth check. So
On stealth,
Yeah.
Great. So what does this look like? How do you get up near the head without actually making any sound?
with a natural jump, I grab onto its left kneecap and then swing to its robotic buttocks. Its automaton buttocks, and then I start climbing up its
Autonomous, but yes.
Automobus. Omnibus.
Toma bus.
And then I start climbing up its back until I'm reached around its neck.
Great.
And then there I am.
Well, give me an acrobatics.
Sure.
Also, because you do it stealth. It doesn't stop or notice you, but you do have to like make the check.
A 9.
You get a reroll though.
Nat 1. But I get a reroll.
because
Oh, yeah.
lucky boy.
If you're a halfling, you can reroll all nat ones.
Cool.
Yeah.
Mod 19.
Nice.
Perfect. Yeah. So it goes exactly as you described. You end up like, do you want to be like crouching on his shoulders, like?
Yeah. So
what's the position?
as
you're
if
in
it's
when you
giving me a
land?
piggyback ride, I'm sitting atop its shoulders, and then I reach around, and then I whisper down at my brother. I say, "What was I supposed to do?"
Yeah, like you're here, and then you realize
You're just
what
sort
am I
of
doing?
supposed to smudge up the rune on its forehead. Does it have one up there?
Yes.
Great.
So
just
then I
muss it up.
I reach atop my head and just wipe my hand down, and then and I get a little red in the cheeks because I'm self-aware, and then I wipe it upon the rune. I just smudge up the rune.
Great. Okay. Yeah. So you rub it all over. I'll say because you had those 2 successes, that's fine. It basically he just hiccups and stops, and you see him like a robot in like a '60s movie go, like hang kind of loosely there. The wagon kind of clunks into him a little bit because it was still rolling, and it's just deactivated in the middle of the road.
I killed it.
Yep.
Good job.
As you say, I killed it. Jrmi arrives on the scene to see the cart slumped over.
I want to try and do sleep.
Oh, interesting. You can try. Remember how this spell works, though, right?
I know.
Go for it.
God.
I think it's like 8d4.
5d8.
Like that. 6d4. 5d8.
Yeah, but
That'll
can I
kill
have
me
to
for
roll
sure.
against them, though? I always forget that.
What's up?
Immediately
Do I
dead.
have to
Kill
roll
your brother.
against them though, like somehow?
No, you
I
just
roll
cast it, and then you can determine how many hit points for the people that it affects.
5d8.
Yeah.
Hooray.
It's not d8, it's d4, I'm pretty sure.
Come on,
It's
Kate.
d8.
It's d8.
Cheating.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah.
Jeez. What a cheater.
Chivo.
Chivo.
Okay, so I
Chivo.
rolled 28. So
Do either of you guys have less than 28 hit points?
I do. I have 27.
I have 27.
Perfect. So you can put exactly one of the two of them to sleep.
Who are you gonna put
Which
to
one do you wanna
sleep?
Put to sleep.
I'm gonna put Yondo to sleep.
Okay. So what does the spell look like? I don't know if we've seen. Oh, we have seen it a few times, but I don't remember. Can you describe it for
Yeah,
me?
it's Nadine's.
Oh, okay.
And then
So it's a shush. Yeah, just making sure there's no save. No save. So Yondo is it just kind of crumples and hits the ground asleep. He can be woken up, obviously, if he's like shaken or whatever. But
So, yeah. I was probably just like, and so, oh great, so now we can just go get the fireworks and then, wait.
yeah, and Jrmi's obviously standing there. Like Jrmi was the only one who could have done.
Hey guys, guess what? I signed up for the pie eating contest and I'm gonna eat all the pies.
Moss arrives. Yeah. You're kind of on a side street at this point. There aren't a lot of crowds around, so it's kind of just you guys. Most people are out on the main thoroughfare. What do you do?
I'm gonna yell at Theodûir. Do I need to do some sort of check against him? Somehow?
To yell at him?
Yeah, intimidation. Ah.
I mean, you can just again, it's that versus party members thing,
Yeah.
right? Where it's up to him if he cares.
Okay, well, I got an 18 intimidation, so whatever that means to you. Theodûir, what are you doing? These guys are always in trouble, and you're gonna get in trouble, and your dad's gonna find out? Do you really want that? They're gonna blow up a bunch of people. You're an adventurer, and we have a name that we have to do. Party above all, and I'm in your party, and they are not. And our dad, my dad, not your dad, my dad asked us to do this, so he's basically a client. And you're disappointing him and me.
Did you say ass just now?
Oh.
Huh?
She said it.
Did Jrmi just say the word ass?
No, ask.
Oh, I thought you said you're gonna ride our asses. That's what I heard. I was like, Jrmi. So Theodûir, you're getting dressed down. Moss is still standing there, and Kissic is up on top of the shoulders of this inner automaton. What are you guys doing? What else is going on?
Moss is still talking about the pie eating contest and how good
He
he's gonna
doesn't seem
do.
to know that no one cares.
And then I'm gonna eat the raspberry ones if they got those, and then I'm gonna get
Right.
a pumpkin one.
Perfect. What are you doing, Kissic?
I didn't hear the other. My character didn't hear the other part of the plan, so I'm just sitting atop this automaton, sort of enjoying the view a little bit, seeing that my brother just inexplicably fell to the mud. And then, can you describe the wagon to me full of fireworks? Is it just classic wagon?
Yep. It's a classic wagon. It's covered wagon, though, so you can't see inside of it. But it does say fireworks in, like, big fancy letters on the side. It has only one entrance, which is the back, and they're closed like that. The windows are shuttered where they're, like a grating across them. So you could probably peek in one of those, but you couldn't, like, reach through a window and grab anything. It's all wood grating. It's, like, clearly this thing has been built. It's like the fantasy equivalent of, like, an armored car. They're like, no, I understand. This is not the first time you guys have thought, what if we stole the fireworks, right? Like, this is a preventative measure to stop you from doing it again. So it's not impossible to get into, but it's pretty tough.
Gotcha. Well, then I'm gonna slide down and go and try to aid my brother.
Okay, cool, yeah. So if you just go down there and shake him, he can come awake without any check or anything. Okay. But it just takes you a minute to go down. So you're doing that. Theodûir, how do you respond to getting yelled at?
He'll be like, oh, you're right. What was I thinking? Party above all. Oh, shucks. I guess I got so excited about possibly shooting off fireworks myself, and I'll start to, like, kind of walk over, kind of where
I just thought if we could take out these fireworks and just shoot one.
No, I'm not gonna do that. Where Yondo is, and I'm gonna try to kind of kick him while I'm talking to, like, wake him up, basically.
Great. So you, working together, you and Kissic can wake Yondo up. Yondo, you come back to having just inexplicably fallen asleep. Yeah, they're doing it together.
Or maybe then I'll just keep talking, and I'll just keep, like, walking away from the fireworks cart, trying to distract you.
Okay.
All right.
That seems like a deception then to try to, like, lead Jrmi away.
Yeah, a little bit.
So Jrmi, you have to hold yourself to whatever he rolls then too, because he's the same.
Well,
I'm feigning it. I'm feigning it.
Yeah.
He's evil. He's chaotic evil character. That shouldn't be allowed.
He's chaotic evil.
Chaotic evil. I got a 13 deception. So.
Okay, so that's up to you, Jrmi, as to how much
maybe, like, turn
you're
and face you, but I'm not, like, gonna move away. Like, I'll follow you in the direction you are, but I'm not stepping away.
And then I'll turn around. What was I thinking? Please don't tell my father. Whatever you do, don't tell my father.
Great. Yondo, you are awake. What are you guys up to now?
Fuggle nuggets, she put me asleep. Quick, come on, Kissic. We're gonna bust into this wagon.
All right.
And let's.
Okay, great.
Rhubarb, boysenberry.
Nothing.
I want to use this opportunity while he's prattling on about food and he's prattling on about guilt, and I want to sneak around to the back without
Yeah. Okay. Give me a stealth check.
Attention. My stealth is
Jrmi?
18.
Great. Give me a perception. Moss, you can give me a perception as well.
Oh, a perception, huh?
Give me some
Yes, you can roll with advantage.
Oh, well, that didn't help. 13.
Okay. How'd you do? So Jrmi has her eyes locked on you, Yondo. This is not you. You're observed. You're not necessarily stopped, but you're observed.
Okay.
Great. You get to the back of the wagon. Jrmi, do you try to do anything?
Who else can I
Your
see
bounty
around
went
us?
up by 5 gold pieces.
Can I see anyone of authority?
It depends. Anyone with authority, that would be... You did get a 20 in your perception, so I'll say that there's probably somebody... I don't know. You're, like, way off to the side. Oh, I know who you see. So you're down one of these side streets. And you know that one of the other side streets is a... like the sideshow. There's a lot of the other weird attractions, and you see like donning this sort of like they're kind of buttoning up this doublet, this very fancy looking doublet. Is this huge hulking figure. Again, imagine Patrick Warburton, and he's like putting on basically like a fancy looking top hat. You would instantly recognize Reg Mulford, who is Theodûir's butler, his family's butler, like wearing this very fancy like magician's costume. If you remember from the last time we saw him, he is like a magician in his spare time. He's like just coming out of like a tent, like getting ready to go perform, and he stops and looks. Theodûir?
Come here, please help, please. Come here.
And he strides over purposefully the minute you say help. And now there's this huge burly dude over there. Theodûir, what is it?
They're trying to set up fireworks. And he's helping. And he lied to me.
Oh.
No, it's not so much of all of that.
It's check on right now.
Sure, yeah. If you want to try to battle that, Theodûir, you can roll a deception.
Okay, I'll try.
Or persuasion. I will give Theodûir advantage on any charisma check he uses against Reg Malford.
Oh, well.
Reg Malford, do you prefer pumpkin or raspberry? Is it? Would you like a tart or is it pie?
I guess I'm gonna do deception.
Oh,
sorry.
I prefer pumpkin. How'd you do, Ben?
I got a 7.
Okay.
I prefer
I got a
pumpkin.
17.
I prefer chance.
You see, it's not. Well, it's not. I knew how to take down the golem, but that's about all I knew how to do.
Do you know, Theodûir, that I have a sending stone that goes right to your father?
No.
And I can take it out at any moment. He snaps his fingers like a magician, and this stone appears in his hand. All I need to do is speak the command word. Give me one reason I shouldn't call your father right now. So the twins. There's a big distraction now. What are the two of you guys up to?
Kissic, try to pick this lock.
All right.
Great. It'll be dexterity plus your proficiency bonus. So I think it should just be...
+6.
Yeah, sounds good.
Cool. Oh, God. Natural 1. Reroll.
Reroll, yes,
Wow,
you're a
I'm
halfling.
Killing the nat ones.
Yeah, halflings are real fun that way.
24.
Great, cool. So it takes you a little bit, but and this is a reasonably complicated lock. It's that Skyrim thing where it's like you're going back and forth. But it's this big, complicated clockwork contraption. So you'll get it, but it takes about a minute or two of just working at it. Great. Yeah, I'm trying to think, Jrmi, would you sit here and watch this, or are you gonna? Because that will take him time. I'm trying to figure out if you would know that they're picking the lock.
Be like, you know what? Theodûir doesn't have brothers. She doesn't know how it works. But the real threat here is actually those two, and they're the ones trying to break into the stuff. Theodûir was just so easy to convince to be naughty. He's just a big dum-dum.
Theodûir, you know that I'm here to help you.
Really?
So I want you to go sit over there on that apple cart, on that apple crate, and think for a moment about the consequences of your action.
Apple pie.
Think.
Yeah, apple pie is a good one.
Apple is also very good. Excuse me, gentlemen. And this big imposing guy dressed like a carnival magician sort of strides over to you. Do you know who this cart belongs to? A Tim Taylor sound.
And you guys are halflings, so you're not
I'm
even
going to say,
at all.
no, sir, I do not know directly who is the owner of this here cart.
Well, I happen to know who the owner of this cart is. And he is a little goblin who would be very, very upset to discover that someone had been tinkering with this cart. Now, should I go and inform this goblin about this tinkering that you're doing with the, you point to the lock, and you're in the middle of it, right?
I want to roll deception. I got a 16.
Great. Okay.
I'm going to say, no, sir, you have it all wrong. We've been asked to retrieve these fireworks and bring them to the place where the fireworks are going to go off.
He looks at the cart. He sees the deactivated shield guardian.
It's broken, you see?
He turns over to Jrmi. Are you certain that they were going to steal them?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. It's lagging a little bit.
Look, we're older brothers.
What?
She's used to us always trying to pick on her from when she was a child. And she's still on about all that. She just can't seem to get used to the fact that we're not always trying to terrorize her, really.
Jrmi, you can have one more persuasion check. If you succeed on this persuasion check, that will determine the course of Reg Malford's opinion.
17.
Okay. Well, I'm going to inform Professor Glitch that his fireworks have been, his shield guardian, Clanker, has been deactivated, and then we'll let him sort it out.
Perfect. Please do, because we don't know how this happened. And we would hate for anything bad to happen to anybody else's property.
Oh, you would hate for anything bad to happen. That, I believe. I'll be back momentarily, but you are going to come with me. So he'll point to the two kids.
Rhubarb.
Let's go ask him right now.
Rhubarb pie. That's a good one.
I'm going to, I'm going to say, let's see. I'm going to do a persuasion here.
Yeah, okay.
I'm going to say, no, sir, please, we're on a tight schedule, and it would be best... It would be best if my brother stuck here with the cart so that he could continue the delivery of the fireworks. But I will come with you and vouch. All right? Does that sound reasonable?
Very well. That is fine with me. However, he turns back to the apple crate. Theodûir, this is an opportunity for you to prove that you have good intentions. Stay here and watch this young boy. And he points at Kissic. Make sure he doesn't break into that cart. You, young man, he points at Yondo, you're coming with me.
On the way off, I just want to throw a whisper his way and be like, get those fireworks.
So, you guys, actually, I didn't bring this up. I didn't put it on the character sheet, but you guys are both rogues. Mm-hmm. So you speak a secret language that only rogues speak called Thieves' Cant. So you could definitely, I always flavor that as like kind of like a sign language of like winks and nods. Mm-hmm. So I feel like you can communicate that idea to him without speaking at all.
Yeah,
right.
Great.
So Reg Malford, the butler, will start to take you away, Yondo. I assume you go with him?
Yep.
Cool. Theo, you've been tasked to stay. What are the other two guys going to do?
Mince pies.
You just literally totally checked out. You just sit there talking about pies.
Shepherd's pie.
Also a kind of pie. What about you, Jrmi?
I'm just gonna like stare daggers at Kissic.
Okay.
How much time has passed? Am I going to be late for the pie eating contest?
Probably only been about 15 minutes.
Oh, I got so much time.
Yeah.
I'm hungry now.
Yeah, I got a lot of time. Great. What's going to happen? So, Reg Malford will take a while to bring Yondo over there. What are you going to do, Kissic? It's kind of all up to you.
So I'm still standing right in front of the lock?
Yes. You think you're like 10 seconds away from getting it open.
Gotcha.
You know you can do it.
I
but
see.
You're being observed.
I see.
Kissic's bounty raised by 5 gold.
Yeah, exactly. But you're in
Guards
the crouched
immediately
mode,
trying to murder
so
you.
no one can see you, right? Like you're doing this. If you stand up again, then they'll be able to tell that you're there. Stealth mode. Yeah.
Someone there?
Die, fetcher.
So I start to just pull out my stuffed dragon toy and start to, admire it and look at it and sort of clean the little specks on it. Okay. All the while, like, kind of turning my body back toward the lock.
Like, slowly.
Right. Kind of admiring. Like, maybe placing it, like, there's just a little bit of a lip in the woodwork of the wagon.
Yes.
And
perfect.
Almost like it's sitting atop of it, and I'm kind of acting like I'm playing with it. Sitting there.
Gotcha. It feels like a performance or a deception.
Totally.
If you're being actively observed.
Totally.
I think you could do either. I'll take deception.
Okay,
though, if you
cool.
wanna do that.
Okay.
What about Jrmi? I assume you're just like eyes locked on him the whole time, right? So give me an insight. What about you, Theodûir? Are you watching him too?
Yeah, I'm watching him. I get
I'm curious as to where you fall
advantage
on
on
this.
insight.
You do get advantage on insight. That's right.
Not on my sheet.
Yes, I do sheet. I still got an 11.
Okay.
I'm not very good at insight.
What may seem inconsequential to Theodûir, but might seem consequential to you, Kissic, as Theodûir is watching you, a big pair of antennae sprout out of his head and just kind of hang there.
I've got literally an eyeball lolling on the side.
He's got like an eye stalk. We could go into it, but
I see all this weird stuff as I start to fiddle around with the lock, and then eventually I'm so distracted by this array that I'm just poking the wagon. I'm not even
you're not even actually doing it.
I'm just enamored.
Yeah, he has these big antennae. How'd you do on your perception?
4.
My
deception was a 4. Yeah.
Mud pies.
So you guys both saw him. You know what he's doing. He's just kind of poking.
Mud
the wagon,
pies
obviously.
they're not very good though.
Kissic
we
don't.
cut from mud pies are not very good. Over to Yondo and Reg Malford. So he's led you through the carnival. Do you want to try to get away from him, or
Absolutely.
do you want to just stay with him? Cool. Go ahead and give me a stealth, or unless you have a different idea of how you want to try to.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to do stealth.
Okay, great.
Only an 11.
Oh, okay, cool. So he, there's some kind of a big distraction. I feel like there's maybe like a bunch of kids, like one of the younger classes of kids, and they're in like a big, like Chinese New Year style dragon that is going down the street.
Yeah.
I think you like see the perfect opening while that comes by to like slip away. Oh, am I still there?
Yep, you're with us.
Yeah, Papa.
Great.
Uncle Sam.
So yeah, he kind of gets like separated from you, and he's sort of looking around, and he actually does lose you. I rolled a 7.
Okay, cool.
So you managed to slip away. What do you want to do? Once you're
Get
free?
back to that. I'm just gonna go back to that cart.
Great, cool. So we see you turn around and start to head back. Great. Yeah, I think maybe it just makes sense we follow Yondo back when we get back to the cart. Are you still poking at the
Yeah.
the side of the wagon? Yeah. Just
So he
mesmerized.
comes back up, and I'm still talking. That eyes like.
Yeah, looks over at him. What do you do, Yondo, when you arrive?
I'm gonna say, you fight dirty, putting me to sleep, not fair. Kissic, get that wagon open. We're taking these fireworks. I'm tired of this.
I sort of snap out of it. And...
Carrot
Yeah.
pie. Is that one?
Ridiculous. Yeah, you can easily unlatch it. The lock will fall to the ground. And you can swing the door open. What did Jrmi and Theodûir do? And Moss. I mean, at that
I'll
point.
walk up and I'll be like, I don't know. We're not supposed to. I almost got in trouble, and then I'll see all the fireworks, and I'll be like, oh my.
Look.
at all of
Yeah,
that.
your eyes turn into big anime hearts as you see the fireworks in there. Yeah.
Literally none of you have to worry about this. We were just going to do this together, right? Before you even came here, so it's fine. You could say you didn't even see me. It's fine.
Jrmi,
It's on us.
Do you think your mom would let me sign up twice? Could I do 2 seats?
I think if you help me stop them, she'll maybe give you a lot of pie for free for a while.
Really?
Maybe.
So you swing the doors of the wagon open, and yes, it's dark in there because there's a little bit of sunlight coming in through the grates, but you can see big bushels of fireworks, and they are again in that classic Fellowship of the Ring style, very weird and magical looking. You see some that look like a bunch of woven swords, and you see ones that look like different holy symbols of gods on them, and some of them have like arcane writing all over them. There's probably about 100 of them in here, of various shapes and sizes. Yeah, they're just in little barrels that go all the way to the back of the wagon. Yep.
I'll definitely
What do you guys
grab
do?
one that says, that has arcane writing on it.
Great.
And I'll like be kind of looking at it like it's, you know, some kind of relic, you know.
Yeah, it's probably about the length of a sword. It's maybe about, you know, of 2 feet long-ish, and you're kind of holding it and like...
Jrmi, look how big it is.
Okay.
I think.
Try to charm person on Kissic.
Oh, okay.
I think while she's
Sure.
charming person, I'm just like, she's gonna give me free pie. Rocky, get him! I'm
Okay,
gonna
great.
sit down.
Let's roll initiative. That's like an offensive thing. Let's get initiative going.
explain
Everybody
to me
roll
what
that.
Rocky is.
Rocky is a pterodactyl.
He's a baby pterodactyl.
Excellent.
Yeah. He got hatched several adventures ago, and he's finally like big enough
Sure.
to be sort
Kitty
of his
Pryde
little,
style.
his
Sure,
little,
right on.
his little buddy. Yeah, exactly.
Don't hurt him.
Kill him. You can
How
kill
do we
him.
do on initiative, folks?
No one cares.
13.
13.
Do you guys have that on your sheets?
I think I had
Yeah, we do. Should be up top.
charisma.
Otherwise,
Oh,
it would just be
Okay,
yeah, great.
So,
Dexterity.
He gets to add charisma because he's a
I
a
wasted
fancy rogue.
my natural 20 on initiative, so there's that.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Still pretty good.
I got
I don't think anyone's gonna beat that.
I got an
Kissic
11.
has a
Wait,
20.
what's your mod?
Okay.
What's your...
Oh, so it's 27, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got 23.
23. Oh, nice.
I'm sorry,
Theodûir.
22. Sorry. Or no.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Who has the better dexterity between Moss and Jrmi?
Jrmi.
Jrmi has a 13.
I have just so to answer all this. My dex is 10, so
Okay, cool. I don't have people's dexes memorized. Moss, come on.
I know
Um,
you should have mine.
By now, yeah, you're right. And then Yondo. So it's gonna be Kissic first. You see He says, Rocky, get him, and you see that Jrmi is about to cast another spell. So what would you like to do, Kissic?
Oh.
You go first.
Well, then
What's your class?
I'm gonna get, this is gonna be family business here. So if she's about to cast another spell, which I can only assume would be some sort of sleeping thing, I'm gonna run towards her and try to push her over. Just push her into the dirt.
Yeah, great. Go ahead and make a opposed athletics checks, you guys.
Okay. Oh my god. I got a 7.
You got a crit? That's incredible. So how do you fail this? This girl who's much shorter than you, right?
So
like your little sister.
I start going, and I take 2 steps and I just slip in the mud, and then I fall onto the ground, and then my buck teeth that my twin brother has are knocked out, so I have just a gap now. I lost my 2 front teeth.
Oh my god! You lose a tooth!
2 teeth.
Both of my 2 front teeth.
Both of your front teeth.
Because I fall on the lock. That's what I fell on.
Oh, the lock is on the ground, and your teeth go down, and they just. That's horrible.
I know.
So now just blood is found. I'm gonna give you 1 point of damage just because I love that imagery, and blood is like fountaining out of your mouth now.
Oh no.
Ridiculous. Good round, buddy. Nice work. Theodûir, it is your turn. Kissic is on the ground, hemorrhaging blood.
Hemorrhaging.
Like a walrus.
So I have this firework.
You have a firework in your hand. Yep.
I want to cast mirror image.
Okay. Yeah. Great.
And then have.
Describe it for their benefit.
So actually, I'll be like, So then I'll whip out, the orb will come out from my robe, this little floating orb, and there'll be these little weird little clay things that form in there that look like 3 little Theodûirs. And then I just kind of pull them out, and then they just form out.
So now next to him, now he has 3 duplicates, and they all have the firework, and they all look exactly the same. We have an ongoing joke at the game where one of them is always on their phone. So there's
yeah,
one of the
one has
three
a firework
like,
with
tweeting.
their phone.
Yeah, just doing whatever.
Holding the firework.
Great. Cool, that's your action. Do you want to move, or you just want to stand there by the wagon with the firework?
No, I'll just stand there.
Okay. You could, as a bonus action, if you want, make an Arcana to try to identify what magical properties this firework might contain.
19.
19. Yes, very good. So you think this one has some kind of a spell, like a particular famous spell wrapped up inside of it. This one has lots of pink lettering, so you think this is a magic missile. When it goes off, it's meant to like resemble the way the magic missile kind of arcs around.
Cool.
Is how this one works. Yeah, great. Cool, that's Theodûir, and then we are on to Jrmi, 13. What's up, Jrmi?
Cool. I want to try Charm Person.
Okay.
A 2nd level spell on both of my
Great.
brothers.
I think you can only target one
At a
person.
2nd level slot, I can do
2 people.
Doink.
Right. You're taking me to school. So I believe it's a wisdom save, is that right?
Yep.
Great. So you guys both need to make wisdom saves, which will just be at your -1.
6.
6.
3.
3. Okay, great. So I believe the way it works is that you now just consider Jrmi extremely friendly, and you're like very susceptible to suggestions.
Yeah, unless the spell wears off or they're harmed, and it lasts for an hour.
Yeah, unless you take damage, yeah, or the spell goes away. How long does it last?
An hour.
Jrmi? An hour. Okay, cool. It's intrinsically
I trust.
ridiculous. Do you want to move? And what does the spell look like? I don't think we've ever seen you cast this before.
I have not. It's probably just. I'll just like.
Gross.
Yeah.
Ew. A little smoochy.
Yeah.
Okay,
How
Moss, it is
incestuous.
your turn.
Moss is probably like, Rocky, grab that firework! And then he'll just
Okay,
like,
great.
from the, like, he'll just make a fist and pull down, and I'll cast a hold person on my boy Theodûir.
On Theodûir, okay. So,
Of which
do
there are
you have to
3.
target? Yeah, I think it's the same thing. Although it's a saving throw. It's not
Choose a
an attack.
humanoid, it's a saving throw. So I know who I'm casting at. It doesn't matter if it hits him.
Yeah,
It just...
I don't know if the mirror images are going to save you here. Can you check the wording on that, Theo?
Theo.
Well, you have to. Do you roll an attack?
Nope.
I don't think so.
Choose
You make a saving
humanoid,
throw?
and you make a saving throw.
So I think that you would all be grabbed by it if you fail, but he still wouldn't know which one is actually Theodûir,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
But
Right?
I know it's you. I just don't
One
know which
of them,
one of
yeah.
is you.
All right.
So just make the saving throw.
Save is, I'll tell you if you beat it.
No, what am I rolling?
You're rolling a d20 wisdom.
Wisdom. You got that nat 20 though, buddy.
Shut up, Timothy.
Somebody donated. We do have to use it, right? I don't want to not use it because Shadow was very kind.
Yeah, Cody.
Yeah.
So essentially, what this looks like is
someone to blow up fireworks.
like the
Twink,
mud.
twink.
Probably, usually, if I'm on
Twink,
rock
twinks.
or anything, it works.
Just a twink that wants to
Yeah,
see
yeah.
fireworks explode.
But there's no solid stone.
But there's
yeah.
no solid stone, so it's like the mud comes up and probably like.
Yeah, it's really flaccid
Yeah,
grab
just-
attempt, and he just gets spattered with mud, but is unaffected.
But Rocky.
Rocky still has a chance to grab the firework, but he is going to have to make an attack.
Right.
So go ahead and roll me a +0 on this bite attack for Rocky.
Well, I'm just trying to grab the firework from him.
Yeah.
So okay, cool.
But that's still an attack. He's only got his beak. That's his only option there. Yeah.
Where was my nat 20 Shadowner?
Man, good point. That's
do
not fair.
not-
Shadowner is so generous.
Do not
yeah.
give me a nat 20 Shadowner.
Go ahead and roll that
enough.
attack.
And I did it myself with a natural 2, baby.
Okay, cool. So yeah, he wouldn't hit anyway. So Rocky comes diving in, super enthusiastic, but like just a horrible gawky flyer, right? Ah! Like just can't get anywhere near you. Great. So
Well,
then we are
probably
on to-
like goes through one of like around.
Well, it wouldn't puncture it,
no,
right? 'Cause that would
it's
tell you
like
which
around
one.
the wrong one entirely, but it's just like
Oh,
you can't
yeah.
even get near the fake one.
Perfect. All right, so Yondo, it is your turn. You are currently charmed by Jrmi, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be stopped from doing what you're doing.
Okay.
Does he get to make a save against this, Jrmi, at the end of his round? I don't feel like he does, but
No, it's until
No.
the spell ends or until I or my companions do anything harmful to them.
got it. Okay.
So there's.
So what do you think? How would Yondo react to this?
So I can't like roll insight or anything to try to find out what's going on with me.
It doesn't like change your motives
Gotcha.
or your
Okay. Well, then in that
but
case,
like you're just very susceptible to Jrmi. If Jrmi tells you not to do something, you have to consider her like your closest, most important friend.
all right.
Right. Like,
Well, I'm
yeah.
going to.
Later you'll know that you were charmed once it ends.
I'm going to
Once it
move
ends,
into the wagon,
Okay.
and
Great.
I'm going to start a fire, and I'm going to try to blow up all of the fireworks.
Good lord. Okay. Yeah, I assume you probably have some means to do that. If your whole plan was to steal fireworks, I feel like you have some flint and tinder. So I feel like you go in there and you start going at it.
My original plan was to just steal a couple and then light them up, but now that I see that it's all going belly up, I'm just
Right.
going to do it all.
Okay, great.
All right.
So yeah, I think it's just your action. I think you go in as your move, and then as your action, you just start to light a fire. Are you just trying to burn the wagon, or are you trying to set any
I
particular
want to
one
set any
on fire?
like I'm gonna find the biggest one and just and try to like
Got it.
get that
Okay.
fuse going.
Yes,
Shadowner,
there
don't
is
you
a-
dare! Don't
Did
you
he do
dare!
it?
He's $4
Of course he
he
did.
donated.
Probably for me.
That's definitely, we know what that is. Great. So you start a fire in there. You light the biggest one you can find, and exactly like in Fellowship of the Ring, it is a big, vaguely draconic shaped firework. It's taller than you are, and it's like way up against the back. And so you light it, and it goes and it starts to burn up the fuse.
And I think-
It's not going to go off yet, but it will probably next round.
Okay, great. So I want to do cunning action, and
Okay, yep.
just I want to hide.
It's not very cunning. Take it too long.
You want to hide. So you want to get out of the wagon, right? You don't want to hide in the wagon.
I basically want to get. I want her not to know where I am. I'll worry about getting out of here.
Okay, yeah. So give me a hide then. Yep.
Later. So that is a 20. Mod 20.
Okay. So you light it, and then you like hide behind something inside there. Great. Cool. So, Jrmi, when we get to you, you have advantage on charisma stuff against him, and we'll talk about magically how you would respond to that. You are still charmed. Okay, great. But since she didn't give you any specific instructions. Kissic, you are also charmed by Jrmi, but you are on the ground spouting blood out of your mouth. What do you want to do?
I'm going to mouth agape, eyes wide as saucers, clamber to my feet, and just like goofily mouth open grin at Jrmi.
dripping blood.
Oh.
That's the scariest. Like blood's coming down your chin, right? Like horrible. Jrmi, as a free action, you can tell him stuff, right? You can tell him to do things. So if you want to like express something, right, go for it.
You gotta stop that thing from going off. A lot of people are gonna be murdered.
Okay, so then I immediately turn
around
and run into and hop up into the wagon.
Okay, great. So you go inside the wagon. You see one of the fireworks is lit, and it's like getting dangerously
Gotcha.
close. What do you want to do?
So then I wipe my hand on my head,
Yes.
and then I reach for the wick, right? What's left,
Right.
and I attempt to put it out.
Yeah, you put it out.
Oh.
Burns your finger a little bit. Yeah, you can do it.
Cool.
It's not hard to do. Give me a perception when you're in there, because you may have a chance of seeing your brother, but your brother did hide pretty cunningly.
9.
Cool, yeah, you do not know. You know he went in there, but you don't know where in this cart he is.
Okay.
Great. Perfect. That's Kissic. Theodûir. Ooh, wait a minute, though. Give me a constitution save, Kissic.
Oh my god.
Actually, no, dexterity. Make it dexterity.
Okay.
Moss, it was a figurine of dubious
22.
from Shadowrunner.
Oh.
22. Okay, yes. Interesting.
For me?
Oh, so it would be Moss's one then. Crazy. Cool. We'll get there on your turn. So you put out that thing, but you do not manage to hurt your finger.
Ooh.
If you had rolled lower on it, you would have hurt yourself, which would then have disrupted charm person because then you take damage. But you were deft enough that you were able to put it out without.
I am reflexively good.
Yeah, absolutely. Theodûir, it is your turn. You have this magic missile firework, and there is a pterodactyl clumsily attempting to steal it from you, but I don't know how much you're worried about.
I'm not too worried about it.
Great.
So I'm gonna just, all 4 of me are gonna just go on the ground and start to assemble this firework to shoot it off. I want to do that.
Yeah, perfect. So you can spend your round getting it ready and setting it up, and then lighting the wick
on our team.
if you want. Yeah. Similar to Yondo, where it will start to go, and by your turn next round, it will.
So it's going. The wick is going right now.
Yeah, I mean, you have enough time to do that if you want.
Cool.
Yeah, all you have to do is plug it in the ground and light it. It's not that hard to get it set up.
Great. Do I have a move action?
Do you want to stay there?
No, I want to move away.
Yeah.
So all 4 of me will move away from the cart and the firework, and I'll be
great. Cool. You move your full speed.
So once he gets farther enough away, do the fireworks stay? All 4 of them, or is it just one?
Oh, it's just one firework.
Just one,
yeah,
probably.
like they all plant one, but there's only one actual firework. Yeah.
I'm just saying, are there still 4 fireworks that we see though?
No.
Okay.
No. Only Theodûir is replicated, not really his equipment. We just kind of do that as a joke. Great, Jrmi, it is your turn. So Kissic went in the wagon. There is a live firework in front of you. What do you want to do?
So if I tell them to do something, that's my action, right?
Is it? Does it say give them a command as an action?
I don't know.
I don't think so. No, you can tell them what to do, and then if they are resistant to that, then they have to. You'll roll charisma with advantage, and we'll talk about what that means.
Okay.
It's that like normally you don't cast charm person on a PC, so it's that weird like what is the rule for that? You know what I mean?
I'd like to like tell them, guys, you got to get out of that cart and lock it back up. It's dangerous in there. In there.
Okay.
That's what I'd like.
Great. Give me a.
Jrmi.
Are you trying to be nice, or are you trying to be stern?
I'm trying to be nice.
Okay, then it's persuasion, and it's with advantage.
Ooh. Okay. 21.
Great. So both of you hear that, right? As she says that. Yeah. Go ahead and give me a wisdom save.
14.
7.
Okay. Yeah, you guys are both like magically compelled. We have to get out of here. It's not safe, right? So on your turns, then you are basically compelled to leave the cart. She didn't specifically say anything else besides that, but yeah. So you move and you do that. What else are you gonna do, Jrmi?
Can I try and stop his firework?
Yeah. You can pinch it off. That's fine.
Pinch it off.
But I assume, yeah, go over there. Give me a dexterity save, please.
Okay.
Are you gonna take 1 damage?
Oh no.
10?
10 is not enough. You take 1 fire damage.
Huh? So at where are we at this point?
So hold on a minute, Jrmi. Is this a concentration spell?
Let me look.
Oh man, if we're still in that wagon, we're gonna go to town.
Damn it. Let's see.
Dead. We die.
just a nuclear explosion, and you're just dead. Yeah.
It looks like the little boy from Fallout goes off to something else.
Yeah, right. And it's like the town's leveled. It's not just you guys. It's like the entire carnival is
It
atomized.
doesn't say. Shadowrunner says that is dominate person.
Okay, so no, it's not concentration.
Charm person is just they're enchanted. They're charmed.
Yeah.
Got it. I just wasn't sure,
Yeah.
so I just wanted to double check. Okay, cool. So no, that doesn't matter. Because normally, if you take damage when you're concentrating, then
1 point. I would have been so mad.
yeah. But you have 1 point of fire, and your finger hurts a lot. Great. Moss, it is your turn. Let me get out my monster manual. So you have Rocky is off attacking, or was attacking Theodûir. Now isn't quite sure what to do, but that firework has been disarmed. You can feel that in your breast pocket or wherever you have a pocket, your little figurine of the beholder
Probably like
is
on a belt pouch.
vibrating. Yeah, it's vibrating.
Ah!
What do you want to do?
I'm gonna let that out because I'm used. Well,
Yeah.
I'm probably used to creepy crawlies inside of my pouch.
That's not that
This
unusual.
is not out of the norm, but probably I feel something's different about this one. I probably sense the magical effects.
Great. So you pull it out, and it's shaking. We didn't look up what colors they are, but whatever color it is, it's shaking and vibrating. And you see there's like a little laser that shoots out of it and then forms into a creature right in front of you. It's not a full-sized beholder, but it does sort of appear to be a beholder-like creature. It has 4 eye stalks and 1 central eye, and then the mouth. It's kind of green-skinned. And you see that hanging out of its mouth is this long tongue. It's like big Jar Jar Binksy, like, tongue hanging out. And it turns, like, all 5 of its, like, malevolent eyes towards you. And it speaks, what languages do you speak?
I speak Druidic, Common, and Dwarven.
Okay, so it would be, this would be telepathy then. And you just hear this, like, very evil voice in your head. It says, "What is thy bidding, my master?" Yeah, there's this horrible, and it's probably about medium size, so it's maybe the size of like an armchair or something, like hovering in the air.
It's plenty big enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's a couple dudes over there. And, well, there's 2 guys, and they're trying to set off fireworks, and I'm trying to get into a pie eating contest, and I probably then just get into what I'm actually trying to do. But awesome. So, anyways, we're supposed to get them out of the get them out of there. Don't kill them.
It like moves to do, and then it stops a little bit when you say "don't kill them."
Like don't murder.
I will do my best, master. And it like floats over to go do that. Cool. It will act next round. Great. So you guys who are in the wagon, you hear that. You need to get out of there. And then this monster, this horrible 5-eyed monster, floats into view by the doorway and is staring at you. This is a ridiculous adventure. Great. What are you gonna do, Moss, with your turn?
Hey guys, I recommend getting out of the wagon on account of
Cool.
I think I might have killed you on accident,
Great.
not on purpose.
Perfect.
Oh, and I'm gonna cast Hold Person at Theodûir one more time.
Again? Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and give me a wisdom save, Theodûir.
No, I got
4. Okay.
So,
is it the earth that comes up?
Moss-
Maybe he moved over to an area that's less muddy.
Yeah, Moss
right?
probably he's like, guys, I recommend getting out of the wagon. And he'll look down, like he'll shove his foot into the dirt, and then there's some, boom, and just like stomp his
Right.
foot, and then rocks just.
Great. So all 4 of the Theodûirs are sort of grabbed by this earth. You still don't know which one is which, but
Yeah, each round you get to make a wisdom save against it.
to try to escape. Great. Yondo, is your turn. You have been given magical instructions to leave the cart, and also there's a horrifying monster.
So I have to leave the cart, yes?
You
But
have
there
to
are
leave
no
the
other
cart.
specific instructions.
No, there are not.
Great. So on my way out, I'm gonna light the wick of that the very small wick of this dragon firework.
Perfect.
So I'm gonna do that.
I'm gonna be so mad at you.
And
So I'll make this point. It's very small, and Kissic is still there. He goes next, so he has an opportunity to get out, but he will have to roll some kind of check to escape this thing before it goes off.
I'm gonna say, like,
Every man for himself.
I'm gonna say we gotta be prepared to get out of here and lock this monster in here so it blows up with it. And I'm going to light the fuse.
Got it.
And I'll use cunning action to dash out.
Okay. Yeah, so you can light it. I'll say that's your bonus action. If you try to move past this thing, it's going to try to attack you. But if you do a disengage action and then move, it can't get you.
That's what I'll do.
Is that what you want to do?
That's it.
Great. So it tries to, like, snap at you, but you do, like, a cool... What kind of, like, roguey maneuver do you do to get out?
I'm gonna skitter down and, like, I'm gonna slide underneath its eye stalks and out of the wagon.
Yeah, it tries to, like, bite you, but you, like, woo, do a cool trick and get out. And you, like, land right next to Jrmi when you come out, and there you are.
Okay.
Great. So the fuse goes into the firework. It starts to glow bright red. Kissic, give me some kind of a dexterity saving throw to get out of there. I assume you want to try to run, right?
Yep. So I roll a 9.
A 9 total?
Yeah, with the +4. 5 +4.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So this thing explodes, right? And it sets off every other firework inside. I need everyone who is outside the wagon, with the exception of Theodûir, to give me dexterity saves as well.
19, baby!
Nice.
Yes!
Good. Roll for Rocky as well, please.
No.
Yeah.
30. Well, what does Rocky get?
Let me look at the bats. How'd you do, Jrmi? 8. Great.
It's a base of 13.
Yondo, you need to roll too.
I rolled a 21.
Okay, great. So I'm glad that, like, yeah, it's like one of each camp will get hurt. Rocky gets a +2. Go ahead and roll for Rocky.
15 for Rocky then.
15. Okay, cool. So Rocky and Moss and Yondo, you guys managed to, like, get out of the worst of the damage. Let's see. The 3 of you each take 3 damage.
Oh. Oh no.
And then Jrmi takes 6 fire damage. You are all knocked prone as this thing blows. I want to see if that just kills Rocky straight out. I don't think he has a lot of hit points.
Look at how serious it just got.
Yeah, Rocky has a single hit point.
Oh, no.
So Rocky gets blasted
no.
and goes flying. He isn't, like, incinerated, but he is and, like, tossed and hits the ground and rolls.
Oh, no.
Because Rocky's a companion, I'm going to give you an opportunity to go heal him, right? He's not dead, but it took more than his max, so he's, like, down as saving throw. Yeah, he goes flying. But more importantly, this wagon goes up with Kissic inside of it. So, the Beholder, too. I got to roll for the Beholder. Yeah. The Beholder does not do great.
I don't give a shit about the Beholder. I'm going to have him kill them.
Great. So, Kissic, you're gonna take... Let me roll this with my phone, actually. Not too bad. 22 fire damage.
Oh, wow.
We're good.
Yeah, baby.
And this thing goes, like, it blasts, and you are, like, tossed like a cork out of a bottle through the air.
Holding onto my dragon.
Your dragon is just a fire. It's just a ball of fire.
As it should be.
Right, yeah. You fly... Yeah, you take an additional 9 bludgeoning damage as you hit the ground 40 feet away from the cart, and you are on fire. Every other firework has gone off. So let me describe what this looks like. At first, it's just like a column of multicolored fire, and then you see rising up out of it is a huge red dragon that, like, goes up into the sky, and it's all composed of flame and stuff, and like silently flying up. You see a couple of other ones that go up that look like different sort of warriors. You see, like, a priest goes up and is swinging at the dragon. You see that there's, like, a knight on a horse that tries to stab at it. There's a guy with a crossbow shooting. Wow. This huge battle in fireworks is happening up above you.
Spectacle.
In addition, there's a bunch of other things. You see, just various, like, a big burst of coins that are sort of magical firework coins. You see a bunch of these magic missile ones go off, a few that are like fireballs in the traditional sense where they go up, and then a huge explosion. There's like a weird like message that spells out that says, free mumbo, wargs aren't animals, which you don't know what that means. You see like caricatures of various professors done in firework. You see Professor Barkwood being kind of old and doddering. You see like a Professor Voosh being sort of like waving his finger like that. Like various different professors are depicted that way. Yeah, but they're all just going off at random moments. In addition, all the surrounding buildings get hit by fireworks and start aflame with different magical fires.
Those damn kids.
Cool. Theodûir, so you're safely away, but you see this happen. Like, your face is, like, painted in magical light, and you're just watching. You saw Kissic go through the air and land about 15 feet away from you in, like, a hay cart, which is now quickly burning. Yeah, everyone else is prone. You're not sure who's still alive. The beholder is kind of reeling.
Hold person is concentration, but...
Oh, okay. So, yes, you need to make
I'm confident the minute Rocky got hit, I lost concentration.
Okay, cool. So you drop hold person. Yeah. You can do stuff, Theodûir. What do you want to do?
I saw everything happen.
You saw everything.
Hey, charms broke. Hey, great.
Yes, your charms are also broken. Yeah.
My dreams are my own.
I'm gonna go check on. I guess I'll check on my party members.
Okay, who do you want to check on first?
Who's the closest one to me?
I'm like weirded out because you kissed at us to make it.
Jrmi.
Then I'll go to Jrmi.
Cool. Jrmi. Yeah, Jrmi is lying there a little bit singed, but still alive. Not even that hurt.
Great. Then I'm gonna go to Moss.
Okay. Yeah, you can run over to Moss. Similarly, a little bit burned, but not too bad. Even less so than I think Moss, you're probably like up and like.
Oh, I'm fine.
Rocky,
yeah, I was
right?
like,
yeah, you're fine.
I'm on my way to Rocky.
Oh, if he was like that, then I would.
Okay, you're still prone. Like everyone is prone, but yeah.
Well, okay. Can I do a perception check maybe to see if I notice anyone who's down?
Yeah, go for it.
Where's my dice?
It's right there, you boink.
That is a D20.
That's it.
Oh, we should have taken a break right after that exploded.
Perception is a 12.
Okay, yeah. Boy, Rocky. Yeah, so you can see all your friends, and the beholder's kind of reeling, but nobody appears unconscious or dead. You do not see Rocky.
I don't see Rocky.
You don't see Rocky immediately, no.
Okay, well then I'll say, where's Rocky?
I feel like Moss, you probably would have seen.
Oh,
give me a perception with triple advantage. Roll 3 times and take the. Because you have that eye stalk too, right?
20.
Yeah, you know exactly where he is. He got like hit, and he like smacked into like on a windowsill. He like hit the window and came down, and it's like lying about 10 feet off the ground on a windowsill.
Do you point that out?
Yeah, with a slew of cuss words.
All right, then I'll run over there.
Dwarven swearing.
Dwarven swearing.
I'll run
These
over
train
there.
hopping sons of...
And I'll try to do
right.
a medicine check on him.
Which is ironic because I'm a druid, but...
Right, yeah, that's true. You just don't like trees. What are you doing, Theodûir?
Ran over to Rocky and I'm gonna do a medicine check.
Wait, he's 10.
Okay,
10
yeah,
feet
he's
up,
10 feet up off the ground.
Oh.
But I would say if you give me a very simple athletics, you could get on a rain barrel or something to get up there.
Okay.
Or you could use like Mage Hand to pull him down if you have Mage Hand.
Which he doesn't.
I don't think you do. Yeah.
You said athletics?
Athletics. It's very easy.
I got a
but
5.
I know you're. 5 is enough.
Ah,
Amazing. Do it with 5.
Amazing.
Yes, you
I
can.
probably don't
It's
make
the
it look
most.
that good, but I did it.
No.
Don't worry, I'll get
but
to
yes,
you.
you can do a medicine on Rocky if you'd like.
Utmost grace. Fuck. It's not rolling too good.
Don't make it worse.
I got a 4 on my medicine.
Okay, yeah. I mean, he's burned, and you can tell he's still breathing. He's still alive.
I just don't know what
He's
to
a tiny
do.
little pterodactyl.
I have no idea.
Yeah,
what to do.
you're not a medic.
I
What
don't.
do you know?
He's here. I have him. I just don't know. I don't know. I don't have any spells. I can't.
Hey guys, we're gonna take. That's actually a perfect moment for us to take a 5-minute break. So we'll be back in 5 minutes.
Cool.
Thanks, guys.
Oh my god.
Everybody ready?
Shalbert. Shwee shwee.
Shalbert.
Okay.
Here's my dog, Shalbert. He's a Pekingese shoo-shoo.
Ridiculous. Great. Hey everybody, we are back with Junior Adventurers League. Oh, something's going on. Oh, there's a picture being taken. Of course. No, that's great.
Of course.
We are back with Junior Adventurers League. When last we left our adolescent heroes, the two troublemaking guests had exploded a fireworks cart, causing a near nuclear level explosion in the small and docile town of Schoolsburg. Several buildings, if you're just joining us, several buildings are on fire. The cart is a crater. One character is deeply unconscious, and the
In a flame.
in a flame, and the pterodactyl that we have all grown to love over the past few episodes is very close to death. Theodûir just attempted to unsuccessfully perform CPR on this baby pterodactyl. Hallie just ran to the corner and gave me the most like the Scream painting like face when I was from the description of what's going on in the adventure. Great. So next up in the initiative order we have Jrmi. So Jrmi, you are a little singed, but you are still alive. What do you want to do?
Can I see Kissic or Theodûir with Rocky?
You can see them both. Yeah, Kissic like landed face first in a hay wagon, which is quickly like catching
my God.
How close am I to Kissic?
It's about 30-foot move to get to him. He flew.
Okay. I can't quite make it to him. Am I?
Oh, yeah, I'll say with your movement you can make it. It's close enough that it would take your full move action.
All right. I'm gonna go over there and do cure wounds.
Okay. There's this great moment in any Junior Adventurers League where someone does something that Jrmi doesn't like, but they get themselves hurt, so Jrmi has to go over and begrudgingly cast a healing spell. So it's always like, I cast Cure Wounds, and I get 6 hit points back.
Yeah, you get 5 hit points back. I'd also like to do Healing Word on Rocky if I can.
Yeah, great.
So, 6 hit points on
Perfect.
Rocky.
That's way more. That's 6 Rockies first back to life. He like splits like a flatworm into them.
That's holding this. Just. Oh.
This nest of them. But yeah, he coughs out like a cartoon some soot and starts to flap his wings. And comes to land on Theodûir's shoulder. Great. That's your move, your bonus, and your
It is
spell.
mine now.
It's mine.
Moss, it is your turn.
I command.
Yeah.
I command the. And once I see that Rocky is now moving, I'm just daggers at this one here. YOLO here.
YOLO Yondo.
Fitting.
YOLO Yondo.
It's fitting.
And I'm gonna command my very friendly looking companion to paralyze him.
Great. He does have a paralyzing ray. Good. The eye stalk swerves towards you, one of them, and fires this sickly yellow ray just at Yondo.
At Yondo,
right?
that's the only
Great.
one I need.
at Kissic, like unconscious
Yeah.
over there. Oh, also Kissic, sorry, you have come back. You are conscious, but still on fire in the hay wagon.
Wake up and you're ablaze.
Great. Give me a Constitution saving throw, Yondo.
What am I saving?
Con save, please. So it's just your con bonus.
Okie dokie. 9.
Cool. Yeah, you're hit by this ray, and your body like freezes, and you are paralyzed for 1 minute. But you can repeat the saving throw at the end of your turn.
Cool.
Try and get out of it.
And as you are paralyzed, you also see a very nasty-looking dwarf coming at you, very angry, and I'm gonna punch you in the face.
Cool. Yeah, he gets kapunched. Yeah, you can roll a melee attack. This is a strength. You have advantage because he is paralyzed. So.
Will a 22 hit?
Absolutely not. I have an AC
I'm afraid
of
not.
45.
Yeah. So he takes your strength modifier damage.
Just my strength modifier? Oh man. Well, he takes 1 damage right in the nose.
Yeah. Right. Kapow.
Yeah.
You get socked by this dirty dwarf. It leaves like a fist print of dirt on your face.
Like it doesn't stop. Like it's just, and he's rearing up to go again. Like and he's slinging.
Yeah,
he's slinging
sure.
the most vile.
You're getting ready to do another one.
Your little curtsy words that you've been saying.
Yeah, and these like totally untrained like like little kid swings, right? Like I'm gonna get you.
But
Yeah,
it is
for
some
sure.
of the foulest
Great.
language.
Nice work, Moss.
It's the foulest language you've ever heard in your entire life.
If you speak Dwarven,
Yeah.
yeah. Yondo, it is your turn, so you are paralyzed. All you can do at the end of your round is make that saving throw. So go ahead and make it.
Okay. Can I speak?
No, you're paralyzed.
Okay.
You can't even move your mouth.
That is a Bobby 12.
Just barely, not quite enough. So you're like struggling. You feel like you're right there, but you are still paralyzed for another round.
Okay.
What are you doing? What are you doing with your eyes? Like, are you staring at him? Like,
No,
what is,
I don't
what is
give a
the
shit.
eye
I'm
acting
trying
like?
to make sure that Kissic is okay.
Cool. Yeah, eyes are rolled over towards the hay wagon, but maybe you're like turned so you can't quite see. Ugh, right. Great. Kissic. So you are on fire. At the start of your round, you're gonna take. Let me just roll. I don't have my. Do I have my D4? Oh, I do. I do have my D4. You take 4 points of fire damage.
Okay, that brings me down to 1.
Cool. You are conscious, but you are like you're in a wagon that's burning.
Oh, I'm still in the wagon.
You're still in the wagon. You got healed, but you didn't get pulled out.
Oh my god.
And it's just burning, and it's all pink flame with this bright, cartoonish pink fire. Yeah. What do you want to do?
So I run and dive out of the flames.
Great.
And
That's your move action.
okay, and just
You're still on fire, so I would say you could take your action to basically like stop, drop, and
yeah.
roll. if
So
you
I'm
want
gonna
to put out the
try
fire.
and like just roll to
Cool.
dive to turn my dive into a roll, somersault, and just stay on the ground
Yep.
and just actually how about we do this? I want to do a continuous somersault as opposed to like rolling on my side. I just want to
Yeah, over and over.
because
and over
I've done
again.
this before.
Yeah, I think
I've done this before.
definitely because you've been caught on fire
Right.
before. Great. So you roll, and like in the middle of the alley, there's a little ditch with some like rainwater. So you splash through that, and that puts out the rest of the fire. So at the end of your turn, you are out of the wagon, and you are not on fire anymore.
I'm off
and you
the
have one
wagon.
hit point. Great.
Not on fire.
Do you do anything else? Did you say anything, or there's like a bonus action?
I'd like to look around for my dragon.
Oh, okay. Yeah, give me a perception.
That's a 7.
Great. You do not see it immediately, and the panic sets in. Okay, Theodûir, you're holding Rocky's now on your shoulder. He's conscious.
Oh.
What would you like to do?
I did it.
Turn
Rocky,
done.
you're all better.
Oh,
You're mine now.
Oh my god.
I'll do an
I'm
animal
your
charm
mom.
on Rocky.
Animal handling. Yes, is the check.
Well,
Oh my god.
I got a -1, so I got a 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He like you hold him for a second,
got
and he looks
loyalties.
at you, and the first moment you open your mouth, he like pecks you, and then flaps over to Moss. Yeah. He's like not having any of it. He's got an intelligence 1, and he saw through your lie. Yeah. Great. What else would you like to do with your turn, Theodûir?
I'll turn around and see everything else, and I'll just smile.
Yeah, you had him, and you turn around, and it's that moment in Community when he comes home and the apartment is on fire.
Yeah.
Like literally, the cart is like everyone's running around. There's a beholder. Like it's chaos behind you.
Yeah, I'll just smile at what's going on, and then that's it. Yeah.
Great. Give me a perception check, actually,
Okay.
Theodûir. So you're the only one like not involved in this stuff.
Great.
It was almost such a good
It
roll.
almost was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
6.
Okay, yeah, it's hard to tell what's going on beside you. Every once in a while, your attention will be drawn back.
Oh, more fireworks
An
going
errant
off?
firework
Oh,
will go
yeah.
off. Yeah, it's not. There's still a couple lying around that the fire will hit. Some of them got like lodged in the roofs of the nearby buildings, and they'll suddenly like go fire off. Yeah, it's a
I
lot
guess-
of like errant fireworks.
Could I do like prestidigitation on any of the fires? Could I try to like?
Next round you can. Yeah,
Sure.
but you spent your
Okay,
action
cool,
too.
cool, cool.
Yeah, you did 2 actions.
Sounds
Great. Jrmi, it is your turn.
I'm just gonna walk away.
You just like in an action movie, like the explosions behind you. You're just leaving.
I'm just gonna leave.
Great. Okay. So you head down the alley, and you can see that coming out of other side streets are obviously people, right? Like people are being drawn to the source of the fire. You see a couple of like sort of distinct individuals. The big dragonborn you recognize as Professor Erasmus is like pushing his way through the crowd. You see like Storm in X-Men, Malachia Tempest, like comes floating down, her hair up in a like, is everyone all right? As she's like flying towards you. Like basically the professors are converging on your location. Yeah, great. Anything else you want to do, Jrmi? You're just gonna walk.
Just gonna walk away.
Cool, great. You walk into the crowd. Moss and the Beholder, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna punch him again.
Great. Roll with advantage again, please.
Whoops. Oh, not as good this time. I'm not proficient in punching, am I? So
no, it's just your strength.
It's 12 is my
okay.
My swing.
I don't think that's
no,
gonna
that
hit your
doesn't quite
AC,
do
right?
it. No.
So how do you mess this up?
It's probably like it's now it's just like
Paralyzed.
it's gone from anger to like foul language to now like little kid like upset just crying like, ah! And so it's just like it's like
yeah, right.
I'm connecting, but it's totally like half-hearted.
Yeah, it's not dealing any damage.
And then like when I miss and if I see him,
you just want.
Do I see him rolling?
Yeah, you probably saw him.
Yeah, if I see him roll, I was like, paralyze that guy.
Okay, yeah, it can fire up to 2 rays, so it will shoot at you as well. Give me a con save.
Paralyzed midst.
4.
It's almost such a good roll.
Great. So you're looking for your dragon, and then you get paralyzed as well.
And I guarantee
you can make a save at the end. Of
whatever
your
that
next
ray feels like, it does not feel good.
Yeah, it's not great. It's not. It's not hurting you.
These are creatures of pure malevolence. Like they're not nice.
Right. Great. Then we are on to Yondo. Yondo, go ahead and give me that Constitution save, please.
Nope.
No.
Still held. Okay. We could probably drop out of initiative at this point, as no one is in any immediate danger. So yeah, the authorities, such as they are, will descend upon your location. You see that they like immediately misunderstand the situation. They see the exploded cart and they see the Beholder, and you see that the big dragonborn, "I'll save you!" and goes running through, and like out of nowhere reaches behind himself and pulls this huge greatsword out and just like launches himself at the Beholder. Like he thinks this is an exploded cart and everyone's lying around. Like he misses horribly on the attack, so he goes way past and swinging around. Unless you say something, Moss, he'll just keep fighting it, but I assume you will probably say something.
Yeah, probably like through tears. Just like, just nothing.
He just kind of looks at you and looks around. Wait a minute, and he turns over towards the kids. Great. Malachia Tempest is flying around, putting out fires. Yeah, what do you guys want to do?
When I get out of this paralyzed state, I want to go
in a minute or so. Yeah, you would lose it.
I want to go check on Kissic and just say, "Are you all right?"
Yes.
I'm sorry about your dragon, but was that not awesome?
It was.
Was that not worth it?
It was.
It's a freeze frame. The credits start to roll, and the rest of the episode is just the post-credit scene, right? No, ridiculous. So you guys are checking in with each other. Moss is talking to Professor Erasmus. What are the other two?
And I'm sure. I imagine that like I'm picturing sort of Merry and Pippin style, like Lord of the Rings, where it's just I'm all.
Oh yeah, you're all that
scorched
way.
and
Yeah, you're all
hair
blasted and your hair's up. Yeah, no one looks good right now. Yeah, Theodûir's fine. Theodûir was out of the range.
Moss looks pretty standard, I think, for him. So everyone's like,
it's pretty normal.
Yeah.
Great. What are Theodûir and Jrmi about? You just walked into the crowd, Jrmi.
Yeah.
Jrmi kid.
You're walking
That's
away.
literally why we named the character.
Yeah,
come
I'm
over.
catching on now.
I'll
Come
run
over.
up to Jrmi. I'll run up to Jrmi. Jrmi, wait.
You have to find me.
Wait.
I'm not gonna stop you.
Are you gonna roll stealth,
If I hear him
Jrmi?
calling,
Great. Roll me stealth with advantage. Go ahead. You can make a perception, Theodûir.
Okay, cool.
Roll me an 8.
Oh yeah.
Wait. No, okay, I'm not. Great.
14.
14? Okay, so you do find Jrmi. This is an interesting little side point. So when you're trying to hide Jrmi, you know that you can hear him shouting behind you, Jrmi, Jrmi. You stop moving, and when you stop moving in your attempts to hide, you go completely translucent from your head to your toes. You can still see yourself, but you just like suddenly go translucent. When you move again, it comes back. You come back to your normal opacity, but you also feel when that happens, your little gelatinous cube figurine vibrates a little bit in your pocket. But you do manage to find her, Theodûir, in the crowd as people are kind of milling around. Great. What do you guys do?
Jrmi,
Leave me alone.
are you mad?
You mad, bro?
Look,
I'm still walking.
things
I
got
stop.
a little out of hand back there. Now, I'm really, really sorry. I do believe in party above all, but you have to understand, my father never let me shoot off fireworks before,
I
ever.
put a kazoo in my mouth and just as loudly as possible.
Right at him.
Kazoo away from you.
Stop with the kazoo. Just listen to me.
No. No.
It was a lot of fun,
No.
wasn't it?
No. No.
0 damage.
Of the fireworks
Yeah.
went off. It was
Unharmed.
And, you know,
That's a lot
Rocky's okay. Your brother, Kissic, is fine.
Can
Seems
I like
like
run or something?
Yeah, you can get away from him unless he tries to chase you. Yeah. She runs away. What do you think? Do you go after her?
sorry.
You're gone.
Sorry.
Great. So Jrmi, you're kind of running, and you're running along, and you bump into someone, and you kind of turn and look up, and you recognize a like flower-stained apron, and you're going up, and you're going up, and you recognize a pair of big pendulous halfling mother breasts. You keep going up, and you see the big blonde curls of your mother. And she's got 2 rolling pins, one in each hand.
Jesus Christ.
And she looks down at you. Where are they?
They're in a freeze frame right now.
And she turns, and she strides through the crowd.
It's not Dad's fault, is what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I feel like that's probably where we stop, because I'd like you guys in the freeze frame. I think there's also probably a shot of Moss with Rocky, right, coming back. Is there anything else you want to do to conclude, Moss? Because I feel like we don't have a good ending image for you.
Moss is like crying with like Rocky with pies. He's just surrounded by pies.
Oh yeah, right. You have the pie eating contest.
But he's
yeah.
like crying. It's not a joyous moment. It's just like,
So it's one of those.
Crying while eating pie.
You have like the gold medal around, right? You're
Still
you're, like
eating.
just sobbing.
He's already won. Everybody's left.
He just keeps rethinking about that time when Rocky almost died.
Yeah.
Just keeps
Exactly.
keep eating
So
just because of that.
We have like an Animal House style credits with like pictures of you guys coming up. So there's definitely a shot of the 2 of you being like chased or beaten simultaneously on the head with these rolling pins, right? Like a Fred Flintstone cartoon. Like, oh.
This is like after Super Mario World. Like that's what these credits are.
Yes. Right.
Oh my god.
Bonk. Moss is sadly eating pies with a gold medal around his neck. What's Theodûir doing in this last like shot during the credits?
I don't know. Maybe he's got one more firework and he
Oh yeah, you secreted one away.
lights one off himself for once.
Yeah, that's great. So the shot is you like with the firework in the background. We can see the shadow of Reg Malford like coming behind you, right? Like we don't know if you get it off. Or
right
not.
as it's going in the wick or whatever.
Yeah. So your face is lit by the light. That's perfect. And then Jrmi, what's the last shot for Jrmi?
Well, between like the rolling pins, like the camera will zoom backwards and just have cotton candy.
Yeah, you're just happily eating.
Watching.
Great. That concludes episode 23 of Junior Adventures League Fair Play. Thanks everybody for coming out and watching.
Yay!
A huge thank you to our 2 special guests, Stephen Molony and
We
Paul
didn't
Miller.
kill anybody.
No one died.
Nobody died.
No one died.
Nobody died.
It was just pure fun and mischief.
technically
Yeah.
everyone died.
Okay.
But kind of you
Yeah,
guys.
exactly. They all lived happily ever
It was
after.
all
So
No one
go
is
ahead
mad.
and vote in the poll if you guys want to vote for who do you think deserves the merit patch. I don't think we used it this week.
Who has
But
it?
for next week,
we didn't get
go ahead and
We didn't
vote.
have one this week.
Yeah, we were gonna do it.
Oh, we didn't do
We
it?
were gonna do it on Twitter.
Oh, I never did it on Twitter. Whoops.
Whatever.
Oh, well, that's fine. Vote if you want to. If not, we can do one on Twitter. He promised again, even though he's not going to do it again. And then let's go ahead and read names. So, guys, you guys haven't seen our stream before, but the end of every episode, we always read off the names of our Patreon.
Why haven't you guys seen the stream before?
I've seen it. I just haven't seen the end.
Same.
Right, totally.
Same for sure.
Great. So go ahead and I think we have 10. So I'm not sure how we want to divvy it up. It never works out perfectly. It's never an even number to divide. Yeah. We have 5, 6 of us.
Yeah.
I'll read one name.
He'll read one name.
I'm just kidding.
Great.
I will read 3.
So
We could just
if it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
That would be
that's
rewarding
fine.
for them. Us strangers.
Let's do it. Well, they've heard us read it so many times.
Oh, they have?
So instead of, if you guys want to go back and forth and read
flare,
the names,
live from New York.
best you can.
Big thanks to Vaughn Romero. Thank you.
Hey, Vaughn.
Thank you,
buddy.
Vaughn.
Thank you, Vaughn. And another special thank you to Adam Pearson.
Thank you, Adam.
As well as Kailania.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Kailania.
Kailania.
And thank you very much, Elizabeth Ferreira.
Thanks, Elizabeth.
Thanks, Elizabeth.
Woo! As well as Enkimi Sumeri.
Hey, thanks,
you very
Enkimi.
much.
We appreciate it.
Forgive us if we don't pronounce some of these correctly. Thank you very much, Anton Svensson.
Thank you,
Hey, Anton Svensson.
And big thanks to Ronald E. Smith.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ronald.
Oh my God, you guys. Tony Stark helped us out too.
I know.
Actual
It's so
Iron Man.
generous. Yeah, right.
Wow.
And big thanks to the Sandman King.
The Sandman.
The Sandman
All
King.
caps.
And finally,
All caps.
thank you to Shadower.
Hey, Shout. How you doing? He's in the chat right now. He's one of our most generous patrons.
He's the one
Gives us
that
a lot of donations.
he gave us the
Yeah.
20s.
A couple of donations. Well, thanks for hanging out.
Yeah.
And thanks
Thanks
you
for
guys
hanging out with us,
having
guys.
Thanks for having us.
Awesome.
That was a
Of
great
course. No, you guys should expect to see maybe more of their faces in the near future. Mysterious hint. Mysterious hint. Great. So we will see you guys next week. Maybe we're not sure if we're gonna play next week because of Heather's schedule. I have like one more episode I'd like to do before the end of the season, but we'll have to see what happens with that. So stay tuned. We'll talk about it on Twitter. He said, actually meaning it this time. Great. So there's one last little tradition that we have to do. I kind of want to not tell them about it and just let them figure it out.
Yeah.
So obviously this adventure, above all other adventures, taught us that it's very important that we remember the Junior Adventurers League motto and perform the necessary dance. So everybody ready? 1, 2, 3.
Party
above all. You did it. Good job.